Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. This is day 3 of preview skill number 1, day 2 of streaming for the Blitz Masters Legacy Tournament, spring season 2026. Hope you guys are excited for today. You've got a very interesting set of groups today. There are 7 teams remaining in the PYS. 2 teams will move on, 1 from each group, and they will qualify directly to top 8. So we are going to see who qualifies today. Hello, Billy. Good to hear that YouTube chat's working. I think everything seems connected just fine. Yesterday it was looking a little bit sketchy, but today things are good. I fixed a couple technical issues. So I fixed the issue with free cam, obviously, by installing the mod. That's working fine. I fixed the issue with the map intros not resetting properly, which is something that's just kind of on the back end of my OBS. For some reason, one of the plugins that I use to help automate that reset itself, so I had to kind of redo it. But we're all good there. And then also one thing that I was not able to resolve is being kicked out of the game and not seeing the game results sometimes. That's just a wargaming bug, unfortunately. I was looking in a few discords and saw that this is an issue that a lot of people are facing. So unfortunately it's just gonna have to be something that we deal with. So we might not see some of the game results, but it's fine. Obviously we'll be watching the games. We just want to be able to see the post-battle screen, damage and all that sort of thing. Not a big deal, but it is what it is. And yeah. Also guys, just so you know, yesterday after stream, I had to end up making a training room. You know how I had commented on one of those groups where the score was shown as 1-1? And I was like, huh, normally it only updates at the end. Turns out the teams got kicked out midway through their group. So that's exactly what happened, and I ended up hosting a training room along with Frost to get the rest of those games in. Frost was going to do it. He had some sort of bug. He asked me to help him out. So Frost had streamed those games, so if you want to check those out, you can go ahead and check out his channel. He is streaming again today. I actually think we have 5 NA streamers today, which is insane. I was talking about how 4 is a big amount, but we added 1. So we have myself, we have Frost, we have Crody, we have an unnamed creature, and we have someone named Lakawa, who is a Brazilian player. He's going to be streaming in Portuguese. So if you want to check him out, you can go ahead and do so. I don't know if Crody's streaming today, actually, 100%. His link in the sign-up sheet didn't look like it was working properly. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, we can look at how the groups went yesterday before we jump into our own group for today. Panda ended up 3-0ing Wheel, just kind of crazy. I don't think I'd call it an upset because Panda's historically been a very high-level team. But we weren't sure how they do with their first season back against Wheel, aka 322, who's been pretty consistently good for the past year or so. So Panda clapping back after losing an upper bracket finals. Group 2, this was the group that I ended up doing the training room for along with Frost. NA and VZN got kicked out when the score was 1-1. Made the training room for the map Helis, I believe, and NA won both of those games. So NA gets the win 3-1 over VZN. Group 3, we watched Origin destroy Love, probably the least competitive group of the day, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Group 4, 7 Rats over Rejects, 3-1. So 7 Rats moving on, Rejects was out. Group 5 was Oblivion. They weren't messing around. They did drop a game to 404, but other than that, clean sweep. Group 6, Jokers had no issues at all. Apparently they were trolling against getting them. It is what it is. And then Group 7 here, Toma moved on. So that is where we are at. Which brings us to the day 3 groups, third stage. There is also another Proving Grounds round. I'm not going to click on that at the moment. Maybe in a second we will. Yeah, we have time. We might as well. But first, let's go over the final 7 teams for today. Joker, Toma, and 7 Rats make up the first group. And group 2 is very stacked. They have Oblivion, Panda, Origin, NA. So lots of top teams here. Oblivion, Panda, Origin have all been very strong teams. NA, not to diss them and say they're not a strong team. I think they have a top 8. Did they make top 8 one season? My memory's a little fuzzy. It's been a while since we've been having consistent seasons. So maybe again, this is one of the things. I think they made one top 8. I don't think it went too well for them, but they did make a top 8. But yeah, 3 teams that are top 4. I mean, when Panda was active, easily the 3rd best team in the region. Oblivion, arguably 1st, 2nd, or 3rd best right now, depending on how you view things. Origin, historically 2nd best team in NA. This is going to be a very stacked group, which we are watching. We're going to be starting off with I think Oblivion Ponda. I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't remember which one. I think we're starting with Oblivion Ponda. But yeah, here's the bracket. Did I fix my PC this time? We should be good, hopefully, Dracula. Welcome to the stream, man. Couldn't fix everything, but I fixed the issue with the map intros. And if it breaks again, at least I know how to fix it again today, because it took me some time to diagnose the root cause. But yeah, those are your groups today. So we will be streaming this, and I just got my invite, so I can go and take a look. Yep, Oblivion Ponda, cool. I'll go ahead and get the training room set up. Ponda on the left, Oblivion on the right. Okay, real quick, we can take a look at the Proving Grounds breakthrough. I did not look at this ahead of time. Well, it looks like the teams that got eliminated yesterday don't get to play today, so this is all teams that moved on from day one's Proving Grounds. So it's kind of interesting. Teams that get eliminated on day one get to play all 3 days, but teams that get eliminated on day 2 don't get to play all 3 days. I'm a little confused by that, but that's fine, I guess. Prevail, Bay, VCA, Salmon, ICS, PT2K. Awesome. Good luck to all of these teams as well. I'm not familiar with any teams in here except Prevail and PT2K. I'm not familiar with the rest. I think we might have had ICS in a group once, and I don't know if they even played, but yeah. Anyway, I can go ahead and switch off of this. We'll hang out for a little bit and show the room in about 30 seconds or so. I do hope that the other streamers got into their groups. I think when I was looking at the sign-up sheet, Crody's didn't look good, and I'm not sure if Frost got it in his as well, which is awkward because I'm pretty sure both of them are the ones streaming group 1. So I really hope it worked for them, but I guess we will see. But we can go ahead and show the training room, so we will do that. And there we go. Oh, lagging a little bit, it's fine. And Ponda's now pulling up. Oblivion's already good to go. These are all going to be best of 5 sets today. Now, Oblivion, many people would say, is one of the favored teams to win the tournament. I would agree. I would say at worst they're top 3. At best, they are looking like the best team this season. They've been doing quite well against Joker in scrims. They've been doing well against Origin in scrims. They won the most recent season, if you can call it a full season. I mean, it didn't have a cash prize and it didn't have a lot of top players, but you know, Oblivion did win that, and they did so quite handily. So they're a strong team. And we will see how they do today against Ponda, which, not to diss Ponda or anything, because they were amazing in their prime, but some of these players haven't played in a while, so we'll see if they've been able to shake up all the rust in the first 2 days as we move on to day 3. I don't recognize all the names. I don't know who Vanna is. I believe renamed user is Pulse. I think we looked at that yesterday. But know everyone on Oblivion. I did figure out who that one Origin player was, that Wagwan guy. Turns out he is an APAC player who lives in North America and doesn't technically count as a Legionnaire. So he's on a top APAC player who isn't a Legionnaire playing for Oblivion or playing for Origin. So they've got a lot of, you know, strong outside of NA talent, I guess. So that is who Origin is cooking with today. We'll see if the Europeans in the APAC player come today. Yesterday they did not. But yeah, we got 1 minute left until our game starts here. Gonna have fan containers. I don't have anything set up for today. But welcome to the stream, Oliver Silver. I'm stuttering again, oh boy. Looking at the lineups here on Vineyard, the first map of this best of 5. Lots of crons, you know, as expected. Oblivion's running a few more off-cron tanks. So of course, they're all still clippers. You know, you've got your Concept 1B clipper. You got the Felice clipper. Both teams running a Panzer wagon. Looks like Dizzy is in the light tank. I wasn't sure if he was going to be playing today. Apparently, he's been getting benched recently. I don't know if the team's having the best chemistry with him at the moment, but it seems like he is playing today. So, good for them. And I hope that the map intro video resets just fine here, but we will get right into game number 1. The map intro video. Come on, finish up, hurry up. And there we go. Looks like I gotta swap the teams here. And let's get it. Game number 1. Sorry, one sec. Alright. Okay. Here we are. Oblivion got the south spawn. They are headed towards A. Looks like redlining it though. N13 alone to anchor down the town. Dizzy from Oblivion going to be grabbing the B base. Honda might try to double it with the crons to steal the cap lead, but it looks like... I actually can't tell. That looks like dead even. I thought maybe Oblivion had it, but no, it's dead even. Dizzy trying to peek out this little bush here. One notable thing, when you grab the B base, you do not want to exit from this right side here. You exit from the right side, player like Sherman, player like Vana can just nuke you. You have to leave from the left side, so Dizzy knows to do that. He's been here before, done this plenty of times. Both teams even on the cap, but only for temporary moment here, as Ponda has a little bit more claim in the town. They have a couple tanks hanging back. Renamed user Mr. Pulse here driving a little bit further forward. The blind reset, though, from Ranger. Oh my goodness. The blind resetter. Ranger loves hitting his blind shots. However, no one really has a shot now. Steve's going to try again, but I don't think he has an angle on Pulse anymore. So he's going to be able to grab that base. Colors are a little bit bugged. That happens sometimes. Now, Ponda does have a couple tanks set up over in the north here. Mr. Gizmo, Mr. Jtao, set up to put a couple blades in. We see N13 to Kame group all taking a little bit of damage. I don't know what hit N13 all the way in the back, how he got spotted, but at the moment, Honda does have the cap lead. The extra base means that the cap differential will only go up over time. Oblivion needs to make some sort of play. Now, Oblivion does have the south spawn, which is preferred on Vineyard, so you get a lot more map control this way. As you can see, they're kind of encroaching over the diagonal line, going from the top left to the bottom right. They've got a little bit more map than Ponda, but Ponda's dug in. Something that the Crown Von does quite well is play defensively, dig in, receive a push quite well. Especially when you have multiple of them there to clip a target out. Sherman might be taking a little bit of damage here. N13 as well, though, from across the map. Skip's putting in 2. And no one from Ponda actually getting lit over there means that N13's taking those shots for free. And for Dizzy's going to try to get in here for a little bit of vision. But at the moment, Oblivion's got a crossfire going on Sherman, who's not looking in a great position right now. Group's going to peek and put yet another shot in. He's down to 100 HP, now getting crossfired by Ranger as well. That's definitely a weakness that Oblivion can exploit when they want to. And Group does end up picking up the kill with the final shot in his clip. His DPM is going to be lowered for a moment, but that kill was a good pickup for Oblivion. Daisy's just going to get right into the C base, use that reactive armor to soften the blow from Renamed Uzi here, and N13, oh, missing his shot there. I was going to say, Oblivion has a couple heavies here to help out. Renamed User's getting hit pretty hard here. He's trying to go for Dizzy with the defense, but ends up just going down. Ponda's going for a bit of a counter push here into Steve. Concept, not the strongest tank at receiving the push, but he turned around and was able to speed boost away. Yes, taking a little bit of HE damage from Market, but being able to get away from those Crown Vons much more important. The question is, will Ranger be able to hold on? The answer is yes. Skips, Gizmo, both going down quickly. Oblivion still has all 7 tanks left alive. We're at 950 caps here. Marketman's going to try to sneak a kill here on Steve. Needs a high roll to get it. 347 is the HP. Doesn't quite get it. Steve's going to be able to put in a little bit more, but 1,000 points are reached. Oblivion will take game 1. Able to keep all of their tanks alive there. That was a good game to start things off. Sneaking that win back. Ponda was looking good on the caps, but Unfortunately, losing their tank in the town and then their counter push over on the A side wasn't able to pick anything up. Oblivion looking very good. Group with a nice 3.7k there. Sherman having a bit of a rough one in the middle. That position can be a little bit tricky to use, especially when the south spawn has such good map control to make a crossfire. That's game one. We'll see Ponda with the south spawn now, see what they can cook up here. Breeze, what's up, what's up? Welcome everybody. Good to have you all in here today. Yeah, only one team will win each of these groups today, so 2 teams will qualify directly to top 8. They can chill out for PYS 2, for PYS 3. They are not going to be playing. The rest of the teams are going to be going back into the team pool. Have to give another try for PYS 2, yet another for PYS 3. So yeah, that is where we are at. Looks like we got some Ponda fans in the YouTube chat. I love it, man. It's good to see teams having fans. Even after all this time away, Ponda's still got, you know, supporters, which is a good thing. Means they had a lasting impact. Anyway, similar lineups here, except double concept for Ponda against double fleet shape for Oblivion. They're going to be playing more well-armored, more defensive, potentially. Who knows? Oblivion's not necessarily always known for playing defensive. They're mostly just using those tanks probably as anchors somewhere. Or as a support, you know. But anyway, we'll get into game number 2. Checking Discord, always trying to monitor my pings when I am doing these tournament streams. What's going on here? Oh, did I lose internet? It says my game's looking stable. What's going on here? Well, it says my stream's looking stable. Let me check my internet. If I just look up something. My YouTube's working. Oh boy. I'm gonna restart. And now I'm gonna monitor Discord to see if other people are having issues. Uh-oh. Hopefully it was just me. Let's hope. Okay, just me. Just me. We missed out on maybe the first minute. It's fine. Okay, whatever. As we were, we can pretend nothing happened there. Okay, whatever. Oblivion's up. They grab the A base, but Ponda, with Market and a light tank, grabbing the cap lead, going out of the base the correct way. Not getting deleted. Oblivion able to equalize before Ponda reaches the 380 mark. That's kind of the critical point where your caps are a little high to the point where you can't get one kill to equalize or to take the lead over. Now, Ponda is, again, a little bit more set up in the town. They're actually bringing their light tank over. Oblivion has Dizzy in the light tank himself here, but Ponda's going to take initiative again at trying to grab this base. Group moving forward with Steve. Looks like they are trying to make a bit of a play here. And yep, that C grab gives Oblivion maybe a little bit more confidence to make a play like this, but what are they going to find? Skips is set up behind, could get a crossfire going on Steve. Yeah, there we go. Steve, group both spotted. Skips pokes out here. We also have Vanna setting up a crossfire situation here. Oblivion not taking a whole lot of damage for this. I thought maybe it could have gone a lot worse. Skips is going to be able to put in some damage. I guess Vanna still as well, but not the most. I guess, yeah, half HP for Steve and a little bit less for group. Honestly, not too bad, all things considered. Gizmo could have put in a little bit of pressure there himself, but Ponda choosing to play it safe. They're just going to take the free bleeds and not bleed in return to try to risk a kill because they don't want to give Oblivion any sort of wiggle room here. But in the meantime, Ponda were able to grab the C base, so they are now up on the caps yet again. Oblivion's going to have to make a play, but this time they don't have as much HP to make a play with. Dizzy trying to get a little bit of vision over in the ruins near A and B, but gets spotted doing so, takes a hit even. He's going to try to come back right behind Yarrow, who does find Vana. Missing a shot there was Vana, and they're just going to reload. Dizzy got lit again, trying to greed for an extra shot. Yarrow sneaking up. He sees Glismo. He doesn't want to get crossfired here. Skip's also lit, but Oblivion needs to make the play. They are going to be going for Vana here. Yarrow taking a lot of hits. Oblivion's doubling the B base. Ponda doesn't quite have anything here. They are going to be losing Vana after all. Looks like that's what Akame and group are looking at. They're now turning their attention to Gizmo. Still trying to grab the B base. Group is getting hit relatively hard here. N13 did get cleared up by 3 tanks from Ponda in the town. 3 tanks is a lot. But Steve traded for Gizmo. Oblivion does take the B base. It is a 5v5 at the moment. HP is relatively even. But 900 points for Ponda. Oblivion is feeling the pressure a little bit. JTA is going to try to make the play on Ranger. And Ranger's not looking, so JTA kind of fluffing that shot. He didn't need to do that. I guess he was just trying to hide from the rest of Oblivion, but putting that shot into group, at least he's able to use his clip. Unfortunately, Ponda is now down a tank. HP is not looking great. Akame is trying to sneak in towards C, maybe. He still has to reload a full clip, though. JTA is getting cross-fired out a little bit. Things not looking great. Ranger was able to get picked up, but renamed user trying to hold on here. Akame grabbing the C base means now all 3 bases are going to be in favor of Oblivion. Ponda just needs 1 kill. Not able to get it, though. Skip's going down to Yarrow. Ponda's going to need to pick up 2 kills here if they want to do something. Market Man trying to make a play. He does get group. If renamed user can get Yarrow here, that would be the win. But Mr. Market Man's going to go down to Dizzy, unfortunately. That's 1,000 cap points for Oblivion as they extend their lead to 2-0 here. Ponda definitely had a chance, but Vana getting hung out like that hurt them quite a bit. And a little snowballed from there. Ponda committing 3 tanks to kill N13. I mean, they needed to kill him fast, but definitely it meant that they had to give up control elsewhere on the map. And Yarrow having a nice 3.6. Good game from Yarrow. We move on to Black Goldville for games 3 and 4. Got nuked by 24K5 another day doing that. Yeah, there you go. You live and you learn, right? Sometimes you die and you learn. Yeah, thanks, Manu. Yeah, I don't know. My OBS said it was fine, but my game was still loading. It's like, that can't be right. I looked up my internet and things were looking fine. So I don't know. Sorry, I had to respond to Discord message. Mr. Likawa messaging me. He is streaming at the moment. If you guys want to watch in Brazil, you can go find his channel. Don't think he's linked in the game client today, unfortunately, but I guess he's having a little trial period. But I'm sure if you look in the Blitz official Discord, maybe he'll post his link there or something. I don't know. I'm sure you can find it if you need to. Anyway, yeah, Black Goldville is the map. We're seeing a lot less Kronvons here for Oblivion. Only one of them. They're going all in on Concepts and Felices. Very interesting. Bring Paffy back to Ponda. I don't think he wants to go back. I actually pinged Paffy a few days ago and I was like, you're betraying your old brothers. And he's like, they're washed. Hey, maybe if Ponda does well today, it'll convince Paffy that Ponda's not washed. Would be very impressive to beat both Oblivion and Joker. Or sorry, Oblivion and Origin. As a team that hasn't played in a while, but we'll see. I don't know how easy that's going to be. Both teams are committing towards C. I find that the E6 and the Concepts are a little bit awkward to fight here unless they can get to the corner, which is what they're trying to do. Ooh, gentlemen. I didn't see if he got tracked there. He kind of got slowed down a little bit, but the other Concepts from Oblivion are still pushing. Notably, they are keeping their clips loaded here. They want to hit somebody hard. Looks like JTA is going to be that player. Ranger missing one, but Steven able to put both of his between JTA and Sherman. The rest of Ponda taking a little bit of time to get here. Renamed user losing half of his HP, doesn't want to cross. That gives Oblivion the opportunity to bring 4 tanks into the corner, and now they're just going to go for a clip out on JTA most likely. Yep, Steve's looking for it, but no, they're just going to go put in their shots on Sherman. Not going to waste too much time. Was Yarrow kind of coming in from the side, just going to go for the clip out on JTA and Sherman. And both of those picks should be relatively easy. Skips looks like he wants to hit Ranger here, but can't really be too picky with his shots. He's just going to put them in. Unfortunately, Dizzy Gentleman going to be coming in to clean him on up. I don't think Ponda has anything here, unfortunately. They're not going to be able to pick up a single kill in the corner. All those concepts, the Fleet Chase still alive. Gizmo going down. Akame does get picked up here, but Dizzy's now going to go on a hunt for Market, who's already lost most of his HP. That Ram making it even quicker. And this was a 2-minute game here. It's going to take a little bit of time for Oblivion to clean this one up just because Vana has HP. But yeah, 2-minute game here for game 3. I was hoping this one would be a little bit closer, but this is Oblivion saying, hey, welcome back, Ponda. We're the new 3rd place team on the block. As they got 3rd place in the most recent cash prize tournament Oblivion did. So, yeah. But yeah, quick set to start things off. I mean, the first 2 games were a lot closer. That 3rd one definitely did not look too good for Ponda. Bringing an E6 into concept to fight against all those tanks. Unfortunately, I think Renamed user got bled a little bit too much. Trying to make that crossing meant that they had reduced presence, and Oblivion were able to force their way through the corner lane. Fleet kind of looping through the back like that worked out quite well. And yeah, there we go, guys. First set done. I think I might be going to lower bracket. I think we have to wait for the other set to finish, but I don't know when my next set's going to be. Well, there's a few streamers covering today's group, so they might be splitting us between upper bracket and lower bracket. I do not know. Reject this offer, yes. Please go away. Alright, well, realistic is the mode, right? We can just play like a realistic game or something. They're relatively quick, and just keep checking back. I doubt any of the other sets are done at this point, so I'm not going to bother showing you guys that just yet. And my game is taking forever to load again. Lovely. Something is up with Blitz today. I'm wondering how many training rooms are going to be crashed. What happened to the tank background? Yeah, that was more a thing when I was trying to hide my background because it was a mess. But unfortunately, those days are behind us. I'm restarting my game again. What is going on with World of Tanks Blitz? I was saying how I fixed all the technical issues from yesterday, but the ones that are caused by Wargaming and not me, I can't do anything about those. Spawn blind shot still thinking about Goldville? Yeah, they were still shooting at each other, just didn't connect. Alright, we spawn in late, let's see what we can do. Thankfully I didn't get nuked out. Alright. We have an extra light tank, that being me. I see their Yag Tiger in the back. There's their Prague. Their Yo's already dead. What's going on here? I see... Yeah, there's the Yag Tiger. Okay, all my controls got reset, so that's kind of funny. I was trying to activate my clipping consumable. All you have to do there to fix it is open settings and close settings again. But anyway, we can push right on in here. Did I see something back there? No, I did not. We can sneak in on this grill. Oh shit, I didn't see you. I did not see you, sir. Do I have someone to help out? I actually don't. So I'm gonna stay up here. Make sure that grill doesn't hit me. Okay, and I don't have the gun depression for this. So watch the grill. Oh, what am I doing? My driving is crazy. Nice. Oh, it's the packet loss. I was gonna say, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, I have a 10% packet loss. I thought my driving was bad. Turns out it's just you can't really control your tank too much when that happens. Yeah. Does the Yag Tiger see me? I think he does. Yeah, he does. Replay, buddy. But what's this? I have no idea what this tank's reload is. 400. Okay, I survived. Does he have a clip? Am I dead? Doesn't have a clip, but I mean 400 alpha on a tier 9 TD means that his reload's probably pretty quick. But we survive. Nice. Mizuhara, how you doing, by the way? I didn't say hello to you. I read your message and I didn't say hello, so hello, Mizuhara. Paffy would have come back if Joker didn't play. Yeah, that is correct. Joker be weaker if they have Paffy. I'm not sure what you mean, Billy. Paffy is a good player. I think he's a core 7 player, I'm pretty sure. Brazilian streams can't see it. It's not in the client, but Lakawa streaming here. I can get his link. If I can find it, actually. I have to search for it first. Lakawa Blitz. I actually don't know. Hold on. Wait, no, I do know it. Hold on. Brazilian stream. There we go. Let me just make sure that it's up. Oh, it says it's unavailable. Never mind. Okay. I'll let me message him then. I'll figure out what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. Don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see if I got an invite to lower bracket yet. No. He's messaging me saying he deleted it. Why? I don't understand. Okay, I'm confused. Alright, well, Lakawa did not stream. He thought that since women didn't link it on the page, that it meant that he shouldn't stream. But what she meant was, she wanted to watch back his stream and see if it was clean for her to put on the portal for next time. Which is exactly what she told him. Well, I'm trying to help him through this, so I apologize if it's a little bit quiet at the moment. It's his first time doing this. He doesn't speak English as a native language, so I think he just misunderstood what Lemon was trying to tell him. What Lemon told him is that, I'm not listing you in the game client yet. I'll do it for next preview skill, but I want to rewatch your stream first. Which, to me, means I want to make sure that you're like a clean streamer and you're not just like doing random BS, right? What's awkward at, yeah, I don't know. It's a little awkward, but I think we're okay. I think I'll just start up for the next one. Okay, let's refresh the brackets. Let's just do that. But yes, he's supposed to be streaming today. Anyway, brackets. 7 Rats destroy Toma, 3-0. Origin destroyed NA, 3-0. And Oblivion, yeah, all the sets are 3-0s. Yeah. Funny how that works. So hopefully Oblivion Origin is good. I don't know if I'm going upper bracket or lower bracket. I think I put on the sheet lower bracket, but I don't know if that's happening. As I would assume I would have had an invite to that at some point. Unless the invite's not coming out yet. At 24. Yeah, that set started. So I guess I am going upper. Whatever. A little awkward how everyone's covering the same thing here. But it is what it is. I guess that means I can play another game? Hold on. What time is that set? This one's at... yeah, 50. I have time. We'll play a game. Let me check Frost's stream as well. Okay, Frost streaming group 1. Okay, we're good. For some reason no one got the Origin NA game. Whatever. It's realistic. Why am I doing this? I was not paying attention. He definitely saw me. And I've got packet loss. I love that so much. Hope that my teammates will move up. Now looks like I had a teammate die. Full health Amaranth, or maybe not full health, I don't know. The rest of the team's dying super quickly here. Okay, that shot in, might as well put it in. Oh, we can. But the rest of the team needs to come in. I think we're going to lose this game just because everyone's hanging back so far. The meds specifically. I'm kind of included in this. Yeah, I just got rammed. Nice. Alright, well, it's winnable. This is winnable. We have HP. All of our meds are full HP pretty much. Wait, I can clip this guy out. Good. I saw there was another Sheridan. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, I don't know where their Bliss guy is. He has 2 kills. I heard him shoot. There he is. Please kill him. I'll take this hit. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, 140 just killed himself. And the Bliska missed anyway. Nice. Alright, we take those. 140W driving. Maybe I should have just let him go. Maybe I cut him off there, but I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I just want to survive. You can have a kill W. GG. Nice. Joker's top team NA. We'll see, we'll see. I think they're good, but I don't know. Origin and Oblivion are looking pretty good too. Top team is the last monetary prize tournament. Yeah, I mean, they haven't lost a tournament in a couple of years now, so it's kind of hard to argue that they're not the best team, but I don't know. Look at this guy, Giga Chad. We got the new reaction pack, guys. 34 reaction pack W. Rainsfield thing? No, it's been a long time since Rain's played. Yeah, definitely not. Alright, now look how I think should be starting up stream. I'll send his new link. Let me double check it. He didn't add it to the link. I don't know. So yeah, I'll be bouncing back and forth between actually looking at this game and trying to help out Lakawa. So he says he's booted back up. I'm just trying to get the link to it. So A, Wayman has it because she wants to watch it back for cleanliness, and B, so that I can post it for you guys. Someone shot. They've got a TD back here. Who do they got? I don't see one. Yeah, that's what it was. Do I have any support up here? No. I hear someone shooting near me. Okay, here, I'll post in the chat. It works now. Alright, so I was not helping my team, unfortunately. Also, I just realized I have Frost on my team. Yeah, I've been doing nothing this whole game. I feel kind of bad. Y'all jump on him. Yo! I didn't kill him. No! That would have been such a good clip. Why wasn't I locked on the other guy? The fuck? I thought I unlocked. And I bounced. Nice. And my turret's broken. Oh, I'm just dead. He just gets a full clip for free. Can I run? I don't think so. Yeah. The girl got me. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, Frost. I did nothing this game. I was too busy talking with Lakawa and DMs the entire game. That's on me. That is on me. He's inviting me to a platoon. Sure, why not? I don't think we're going to get a game. $34 action pack available? Unfortunately, not yet. We'll figure out a way to get it distributed. Also, you've been seeing Flashbang 34 face the entire game. Very cool. Live as good was Rain. Yeah, they were good. They were pretty good. Kind of hard to deny that. They were good. They did not last as long as they could have. Joker's reign has been much longer than Rain's reign. Hey, partner, what's up, Frost? I was nervous, and you probably can't hear me. You probably have my stream muted, but if you're watching, I was a little nervous that you didn't get into your games today just because Wayman did not green out your thing, just like I was explaining to you how I expected it to happen. Did not happen. Yeah, we're probably not going to get a game. It was incredible. Only an 18 ever faced off against 7-star. Yeah, they were a good team. Oh wow, we did get a game. W. Alright, I am terrified to cross this, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Let's get this show on the road.
I'm about to start having 10% packet loss, probably. Yeah, there we go. 2% already. Even when it says 0%, as long as it says any percent loss, even if it says 0, you're still getting packet loss. So I'm not enjoying this. Also, my team is completely camping and not crossing, so I love that. I have no support over here. I see something up there, though. He sees me, too. And of course he hits his shot, even though I aimed in way longer. He's able to just snap me, no problem. Also, I saw that 4202 in there. Shot. This is where I can try to sneak in and put in another. Can't see through the bush. What's that? Badger? Okay, yeah, Frost is able to see everybody.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I'm playing on my secondary monitor right now, so it's kind of hard for me to see things. I'm also not used to having my head on this angle when I play a video game. And I had heat loaded. I'm a dummy. That one's on me. Okay, we're gonna try to pull a fast one on this guy. And we bounce. Nice. And I have to use both of my packets because I'm a dummy! Bro, I'm terrible. I need to retire. Yeah, he gets that. Good shot, buddy. And he gets to reload his clip. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not having a great one. I saw this last guy, though. Can I get up? I'm too fat. Whatever, bro. This is not my game. This is not my game. Technically, Premo's still alive. No, Premo is not alive. At all. Reem doesn't give a shit anymore about being Trister back. Facts. It's been less and less effort every season since like 2021. 100%. I agree with you. Tanner hasn't been around Blitz. Yeah, no, Tanner's not playing. He was thinking about it actually, playing this season. We got a game. We'll get our invite in 5 minutes as well. My main problem with NA comp, like, I think the games are always entertaining. I think it's entertaining. My only problem with NA is, like, NA has always historically been one team happens to get all the players, and then everyone else is fighting for scraps. It used to be Pramo, and then eventually it became Rain, and now it's Joker, where all the good players just try to go to the same team. I think it's just a scarcity thing, like, on NA. And there's only a couple, you know, there's only like a small number of teams or a small number of players. Damn, I missed. Yo, Frost got dumped. Oh shit, the T100 as well. And our Karo's AFK. Love that. I just need to save Frost. There you go. And why is Frost driving up the hill? Nice. All I had to do is not that. It's fine though. And of course, Arcaro's AFK. And now he fucking wakes up. What a retard. I'm not taking another hit. W Caro. Did the Caro crash? Yeah, Caro fucking crashed. Retard. And now he wakes up. Oh my god, dude. What is with this guy? Everything easier back then? No, always. I wouldn't say easier. Simpler. Back then it was strats. And now it's like, who's better at brain dead, like, shove? You feel? It's not, I shouldn't say brain dead shove. There's still strategy involved. But, you know, it used to be very, like, a complex machination of things, you know. Metas used to be, like, 140 meta. That was fun. 140 meta was fast, and you had to be very quick to respond and all that sort of thing. Okay, what is this guy cooking? Why is this guy still driving backwards? Where did their patent go? There he is. Alright, we can clean up here. It's a 6-kill game almost. Don't know if I can get this last guy. Yeah, I can. I just need the KPZ to hit him once. There we go. And the Kara might steal it. Yeah. Of course, the Kara is fucking useless for everything else. I could have just waited, but it's fine. I don't care. GG. Alright, we take it. Alright, GG's Frost, and we're getting my invite in a minute. I'm assuming you are too. GG's. Message him. GG's. We'll take it. 2 wins. Undefeated, lol. What was that, 4.4? Nice. So I had a shitter first game. Damn, we got carried by Hefe Maestro. Next match starts at 55:50. Isn't that what it said? Am I insane? 51. Yeah. Alright, we'll hang out. We get our invite in 1 minute here. Not time for another game. These days, comp too much effort for not reward incentive. Yeah, I mean, we used to have offlines to motivate people to want to go and represent the server, right? But that's not a thing anymore. I mean, cash is nice, but you know, having an offline tournament is like a completely next level thing. I was kind of focused on the game when I was talking, but yeah, like tournaments have been on a decline since 2021. They've been entertaining. I won't deny that, but in terms of like effort that Wargaming's put in, they used to have lots of official broadcasts. There used to be activities in the official broadcasts, lots of cool stuff. Those broadcasts have had less effort as time goes on, to the point where they haven't had one in a long time, and it's just us doing them on our own channel. And all that sort of thing. No cash prize next for a season. I mean, we did respond pretty negatively to that, so like that's a good thing. And hopefully they took that into account. They're not going to do that anymore, but still. I'm this season Joker not so strong. Well, Oblivion's been doing really good in scrims apparently. That's been a thing. Against Joker. So we'll see if Joker's cooking. But they likely won't see each other until top 8, so we'll hang out. And wait until then. I'm just assuming that Joker is going to be qualifying today. Who knows, maybe 7 Rats pulls off the upset. They're not a bad team. Alright, we got Origin on the left, Oblivion on the right. Look, how we get his invite. I don't see it. It's fine. What's up, Suppressa? How you doing? Yeah, exactly, Pickle. Anyone streaming EU comp? Yeah, lots of EU comp streamers. Been years since you got 34 live. What's up, Lupus? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm still kicking. I think spring season 2021 was my first time, so it's officially been over 5 years since I've started doing tournament streams. Just kind of crazy to think about. Back then, though, my first tournament stream was a Challengers. Because that's how we did things back then, was new streamers would start off with Challengers, and then you'd work your way up. But yeah. Basically comp now. Start making the brain dead tanks. Yeah. Back then, yeah, I would say there was more strategy involved than now. That being said, I think the teams from today are still stronger than the teams from back then. I think the current teams would kick ass. But, you know, that's because this game's had a lot more time to develop, and the players that are playing comp right now have been playing the game a lot longer than players back then in 2015, 2016, when the game was only, you know, like 2 years old. There are people that have been playing tournaments for 3 times that length, 4 times that length. In T22's meta 7 years ago. I don't like saying T22 meta because it was never a spam tank. It was just a tank that was used, but it usually wasn't spammed. But yes. Anyway, we can share the room. Origin Oblivion, getting to see a rematch of grand finals from the Spring Games tournament. So that's exciting. I'm going to start off here with this best of 5 on Canal. Do enjoy me some good Canal. My favorite map to watch. tend to see interesting tanks used here, but we're not seeing a whole lot of that right now. Double light tank for both teams. Also, Wagwan showing up today. Again, this is an APAC player who happens to live in North America, so doesn't technically count as a Legionnaire. I don't know what team he plays on in APAC, so if anyone knows that, let me know. I forgot to ask that when I was talking to people about it. But Oblivion is rocking triple concept, which is interesting, I suppose. But again, not necessarily like an off-meta pick. A Felice, a Kron. Origin's got a G-Sor, which is the least common tank being used in this lineup. Yeah, 1 minute left until the game starts. Alright, let's go ahead and start the Canal intro. Sorry, looking at Discord. This is very interesting. Yeah, so apparently Lacal was supposed to stream the Origin NA set to start things off, but it didn't get coverage. Alright. Here we go. Alright, where's my mouse? I can't find my mouse anywhere. Here we are. Alright. Double light for Origin, both going to D. Oblivion only sending one there. Akame is bailing going A. Now, Dizzy is not going to commit fully. Origin is committing with the double light tank, but Oblivion's going to be sending a couple tanks to back him up. And they do put some initial quick shots in here, but Oblivion is coming in with their heavies. However, so is Origin. Look at this. Origin is doing a full commit here with everything they've got. They are going to have some good initiative here. Group's taking a good bit of damage here in the opening. Double light tanks getting set up. Wagwan and a Recoil have each taken a little bit of damage, but here we go. Yep, Origin taking it. Nice shot from Whiskey. Oh my goodness. Nice little on the mover there. And Origin's already got a very strong setup here in the corner. And the fact that Akame is capping the A base, that definitely tells Origin that Oblivion is not fully prepared for this. They don't have the right setup here. It's not a simple shove for Origin though, although Yaro's in an awkward situation. If Origin tries to push for them, then all of the concepts would be able to look at Yaro. So it is a little bit tricky. Akame though is not wasting any time trying to get around Korra here, but Origin is getting nicely hauled down to farm out Steve, Group, Ranger. Should be good pickings for Origin at the moment. They're 3,000 HP in the lead. Rob's starting to take a little bit of bleeds here. Korra's getting shot in the rear, but not doing a whole lot. Dizzy in the light tank trying to sneak in there, but it really doesn't matter. Origin's just got easy kills here in the front, picking off all three concepts very quickly. Yaro finally gets a kill of his own here, but Origin is 2 tanks up at the moment. Things are looking quite good. Yaro's in an awkward spot. He's just going to get caught out. The light tanks from Origin are doing a really good job at being flexible. First rotating back to help against Dizzy and Akame. Now coming in to join the fight against Yaro as he's got, 4 tanks on him. He is going down immediately. Dizzy is able to help sneak a kill though. Wagwan is going to help fight here. But ends up getting a cheat in return. Doesn't put the shot out. Akame is here to back Dizzy up, but there really isn't anything left here for Oblivion to do. Gentleman is sitting in the back on full HP, but picking up a kill is something. But Archangel's just going to drive forward. He has 2,000 HP. All he needs to do is put in one shot here, no problem. That's a kill there. Kame's trying to run. He's not going to be able to. Or maybe he will be able to, but it's not going to change a whole lot. It is a good scenario for Team Origin here. Yeah, Archangel not going to be risking things at all. Gentleman's got a full clip here. They're just going to pick off Akame, no problem. And it's a 3v1 here. So game 1 looking good for Origin. Looks like I have the leaderboard backwards here. Depending on if you're Team A or Team B, it can be a little bit awkward. But, wait. Yeah, this is right. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Katsuragi is Mux. Clone 1783 is High. For usernames that you might not recognize, Wagwan is the APAC player. And Arabara is Dizzy. So those are the only like unfamiliar usernames here. Anyway, gentlemen, maybe you're gonna try to sneak HEs into High. No, he doesn't have it. It's GG here. Mux will put in the full clip. High sneaks in an extra shot. That's game 1. Origin. They just shoved to the corner. All they did. And Oblivion's concepts were not able to hold on. Double light tank from Oblivion trying to sneak all the way around. They were able to do a little bit of damage, but was not nearly in time. Yeah, concepts doing bottom 3 for Oblivion. Rough one. Move on for game 2. And we are seeing a little bit of interesting stuff here now in terms of tank lineups. It is double Caro for Oblivion. Don't see this tank a whole lot. It's a solid medium tank, and of course it's a Clipper. You know, you gotta have our auto reloaders, of course. Always, always. And they are running those along with double light tanks, so they got some very interesting strategies cooking here on Canal. This time they are going to be the northeast spawn. Origin's keeping it simple, but they will keep the double light. Cool. He's the YSL captain. Okay, thank you, kind. Appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, YSL's a solid team on Apex, so there you go. Boba not playing for Origin. He might be on the team. Oh, he's spec'd. There you go. He is spec'd. He's a bench player. So Splooge. All Wargaming employees are Triangle players. All the map changes. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, Mohammed is pretty correct there. A lot of Wargaming players themselves aren't the strongest, but I mean, I like to think that some of the map changes are thoughtful and based on like player data and feedback, but who knows? I still think there are a lot of map problems that just haven't been addressed, and I feel like data would be very easy to point it out. Anyway, game number 2 about to start here. Interestingly, Origin's rocking double T100 this time, not bringing Panzerwagen like the normal light tank that we've been seeing this season. But Dizzy also running a T100 for Oblivion. What's up, Mothman? What's up, what's up? Yeah, I agree. I still think that the game has been good. Alright, my game is doing the thing again. I'm just going to restart it right away. I'm not going to waste any time. Oh no, who do I cheer for? I love platooning with Regen Rob. Man. Gotta pick a side, buddy. Or you can just enjoy the show. It's all good. You don't have to pick a side. Okay, we're in our game. It is just my Blitz that's being bugging. I'm glad that it's not like Blitz as a whole. I'm sure that I kept these guys waiting though. Alright. What's cooking here? Looks like Oblivion is again going to be rushing towards D, but this time committing more tanks straight away. Double Caro, double light tank. Going for blind shots. Origin, though, they don't care about the D side. They are going straight to A, it looks like, with those lights. Maybe one of them. Dizzy going in the middle for some spots. Actually, Lights Rob in the center. Going to sneak an early shot. Why not? Puts one in. There you go. Origin is crossing to A now. But Oblivion did get the cap lead, putting... Was it Korra or was someone else went into the base? Here we are. Oblivion is sneaking through with a double Caro and a T100. This could be scary. Uh-oh. Whiskey's in position to catch them if they overextend. Will they overextend? Yeah, Korra's here to trap as well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, AK for me. Up, Korra's lit. There we go. So that kind of gives away the trap a little bit. Dizzy, Ranger, Kama, they're all kind of backing up. They want to get the crossfire in Katsuragi, though, who's been lit. He's not going to be tracer shelled. Oblivion has Yarrow crossfire, potentially? He activates, yeah, there we go. He's got a crossfire. Katsuragi's in a very tricky situation here. He's getting shot in the rear, and he peeks forward, he gets shot as well, but he is going to get away just with half HP. Oblivion's still full, by the way. They have not taken any damage this game. They've got very good bleeds on Origin, but the one thing they don't have at the moment is cap lead. Origin has that. They've got the extra base. Oblivion obviously has to set up for some sort of play. They're not making it yet, though. Whiskey still hasn't been spotted in this position, but Oblivion probably knows that Origin's trying to trap this. But the fact that they spotted Cora. If Cora didn't get lit over there, if he had stayed behind that rock, that could have been really good for Origin if Oblivion decided to push through there, but they did not. Anyway, things are still sitting tight here. Origin's mostly set up in their own spawn. The light tanks are here in A, trying to see if anything crosses. Now, Gent has been lit, one of the Kronvons for Oblivion, looks like. Origin's trying to go for some blind fires into the bushes. Not going to find anything over there. And now it's just the waiting game. Oblivion waiting a little bit longer to make a play. Archangel getting spotted. Was that Dizzy getting that light? I don't know who could be spotting Archangel right now. Maybe a Kame. But taking that opportunity, as soon as Archangel backs up, he is pushing through now. Interesting, interesting. Going for vision. What's he see? Doesn't see a whole lot. Steven's getting lit. Origin light tanks are getting lit. Wagwan's going to cross this. Despite being lit, he's going to stop right then and there. But Oblivion's grabbing the B base. It's not going to be enough to keep the caps in their favor. Big nukes into high crossing. Wagwan's crossing as well. 447, 74, 1134 tracked. He's dead. Good pickup from Oblivion. Good tracking shots. They're going to go for Rob now alone. Can Origin crash in with the rest of their clippers? Katsuragi's got a nearly empty clip. Archangel, Cora have full clips, though. They might drop on top of Group here, or Akame. Katsuragi reloading his own clip here. But Oblivion wants blood here. They think they can maybe 3-tap Rob. Group's going to shoot his reserve shell for it? No. Looks like Yara's sneaking all the way behind. Now, light tanks for Origin are stopping the D base. Oblivion is going for A. Points are a little bit scary, but we are crossing 800 for Origin, but they are down 2 tanks. Archangel's now in a crossfire. Steven's going to clip out. Can Dizzy sneak the kill? No, Dizzy's actually likely to go down here to 2v1. No, actually, that's not true. If he can just stay away from the Kronvon, he'll be fine. Misses a shot into High, who is doing his best to fight off, but Archangel goes down. Ooh, Dizzy getting shot cross map. I think that was a Katsuragi, but he falls. Origin is now below 800 cap points with all the kills that Oblivion's been getting. It is now a 7 versus 3 scenario. Origin yet to pick up a kill here. Whiskey and Cora are still healthy, but do they have a clean kill? Looks like this track shot into Steve, full clip from Whiskey, is a good thing for Origin, but again, they don't have a clean way of getting this kill at the moment. Oblivion is cleaning up on Cora's position, 900 cap points for them as well. Ranger, Yaro, Kame all unloading into him. They get the kill on Cora. Dizzy still alive, even Steven on 100 HP, but still covering Tanga, who is now getting shot out from Gentleman. And that's 1,000 points. Oblivion are able to take game 2. Surgical push there, not losing a single tank. And it all started with that really nice crossfire that they had set up on the Kronvon on Mr. Katsuragi there. Mr. Muxvi. Then picking off the light tank in the cross back there. Really good track shot, able to help them secure that kill. And yeah, we're all tied up here. Heading into our next map, Helis. Love to see it. Bubba's been moved to the middle. Does this mean we might see a sub? I don't know what's going on here. Uh-oh. But it's getting good, guys. Oh, forgot. I was using my main monitor there, and so it messes up the overlay, but here, we're good now. Yeah, Helis for games 3 and 4. Get the chat. Jet should push in sooner. That was the first game. Orange HP, yes. Canal prefer playing for bases. You have to play for bases. 100% of Canal. It's very important. Dual cap always good. Yeah. Having the cap up on Canal is really nice because forcing the other team to push Can be tricky, but Oblivion pulled it off very well. It's very true. Pulse Creek, best map change. I agree. Having that little extra open area, making the bridge more fightable, 100%. That's a fantastic map change. You're very happy with that one. So that was very good. I didn't fully go through all of the changes, like 100%. I fought on Wintermail a little bit. I still don't fully understand the map. Like, it's going to take some time getting comfort there, but I think the Wintermail changes were good on the heavy side. On the medium side, I've heard that they weren't great. And I still haven't really studied them and what lanes it's opened up and closed, but yeah. I am overall always happy to see map changes. I don't know the last time Wargaming's ever made a bad map change that I can think of, really. So, yeah. Anyway, here we are with Game 3. Helis, new map. Lots of Crones being played again. Unfortunately, we are not seeing a whole lot of interesting tanks on this map. Notably, though, Oblivion with no light tank. Origin with a Vickers. Gonna go for a quick A grab here. I think we saw Origin run the Vickers yesterday on this map as well. I think it was the other spawn that they had the double concepts very aggressive on C. They were able to get the quick kill on Alev. Ranger, though, grabbing B base in the concept, that's actually going to keep High away from A. He's realizing he probably doesn't want to fight a heavy one-on-one. Wouldn't be the most fun. Kame getting hit early. Boris just got him boxed. He's got his number. He's full pieced. Origin again playing aggressive with the concepts early game. Trying to go for a sneaky shot on Dizzy. They don't hit it. A little HE though. Root missing his shot. Both teams are pretty spread out here. You can see the mini-map. The colors are a little bit awkward, but you can see the spread. Both teams are relatively spread out, but at the moment, Oblivion only team with a base. And the cap differential is only growing. Archangel trying to grab the base, but he's getting HE reset. Gonna have to back out. As long as you have vision of this base, technically those Kronvons, Akame, and Dizzy are able to put shots in. Looks like group's taking damage. Is Origin going to try again on C? They are, but Yara's spotting it. Ranger getting hit a little bit as well, though. He's in a bit of an awkward spot. I've never really seen this used. But he's reloading his clip. But uh-oh, look at this. Big push from Oblivion. Sorry, from Origin into Oblivion, and Ranger's kind of caught in an awkward spot here. He's going to drop down. Now he's more safe and able to cover group as well. Yeah, I like this spot a lot more. You can easily turn along with Yara to help out group here with those three tanks pushing in. I will say, though, this does give Archangel the opportunity to try capping again. Gets reset, but at least Origin picks up A with a light tank this time. Oblivion's making their move, though. They're getting bled out quite a bit, but the HP isn't too far apart. That's mostly due to the fact that Origin had a light tank to start things off, but they are losing a lot more HP. They have 4 tanks that are about 70% HP, whereas Origin only has 2. Really only 1. Archangel's still plenty healthy, and he's safe. Very well covered. Oblivion is clearly making their move, and I don't know if they have enough HP to do what they want to do. Rob putting in some very free shots. Gentleman's already a 2-tap. Very easily killable by anything here. Oblivion still trying to make this play, but I don't know if there's anything salvageable. Whiskey full HP. Wagwan full HP pretty much. Rob nearly full. Oblivion's just getting chunked out here, guys. And you're just getting outplayed. Only thing they have going for them is the Kappa. That really doesn't matter at this point. They need to claw back that HP. Rob's in a spot where he can get hit, and it looks like he is getting bled pretty hard. So that is very useful for Oblivion. That's starting to show signs of life here. It's not over for them yet, of course. Was not trying to imply that the game was over, but it's going to be a difficult clawback. Archangel, again, trying to step into C, but Oblivion doesn't have easy resets this time, but I don't think it's going to be a cap game here. Rob getting hit again. Crossfire from Oblivion, and Rob's just going to have to try to back out here safely if he can. Goodness, we have 10% loss here. I'm seeing tanks jiggle back and forth like a little dance here. 12%. Yeah, something's up with Blitz right now. My stream health is completely fine. Cat points are at 800. Origin will have to make a move at some point. Cora, Bubba, both healthy along with Wagwan, are going to be making a play here. If they can pick off Gent or Group. Oblivion has no HP here in the corner, but still Origin is afraid to push. Now the HP is showing up. Akame, Dizzy getting lit. Archangel trying to step C, but it's not for the purposes of capping the base. It's just for getting hulled down. Oh my goodness, Akame's dead. He's getting clipped out. He is gone, just like that. And Origin able to stick alive. Dizzy's going around for the kill on Rob. No, he wants Archangel? He wants Archangel. Fair enough. I don't hate that play, but he is now going to get clipped out by High and Rob in the rear as well. Can't drive forward anymore. Yeah, he's dead. Yara gets picked off. Origin's looking good. They just need to get kills, and they do. Gent's down. Group's going to go down. And Oblivion will fall in game number 3 here. They try to go for a sneaky pace grab here from Steve, but that's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Yeah, just bleeds, man. Origin had really good bleeds. Put lots of damage into Oblivion. They didn't have anything left by the end. And that is that. Steve sneaks one shot in, but he's not going to be able to stop the B base. And everyone else from Origin is coming in from behind. He has to make sure, of course, Rob has to make sure he doesn't die. But if Steven does pick up a kill, it could change things a little bit here. He's trying to guard the base best he can. But Rob putting a shot towards Steve. They're all showing up now. But Cora's here to clean up the job. Stopping the base. In comes Whiskey Tango, yeah. Origin, they're not stupid. Putting their full HP tanks in, or high HP tanks, I should say, to clean up, not giving any chance for Steven to pick up a stray kill. And looking clean right now. Origin having a very strong performance. Again, this is only winners finals, guys. So we still have a whole other losers finals and grands to go through here. But we are seeing an entertaining show today. Rob with a nice 3.8, having a very strong game there. Set up in a good position, and Oblivion just got bled way too hard there. Spawns will swap on Helis here. Time for game 4. Managing Oasis 2014 tournament. That would be goofy, man. I am glad that they added the OG maps as well. That was a pretty cool thing. I never get to see them, though. Whenever I play, I never see them. It's really quite sad. See some chat about the Vickers. Yeah, I mean, I'm a main reason that they use the Vickers as opposed to another light tank in general is because the Vickers has HE, or has hash, that it can use to win a 1v1 against a Panzerwagon. It's kind of the main reason it gets used, but also has good gun depression, 11 degrees actually, which is kind of crazy. I thought it only had 10, but apparently they buffed it and it has 11. Must have been somewhat recent. I haven't been following as much recently as I'd like to. But, you know, those are kind of the main reasons that that tank gets picked, as opposed to another light tank. But in general, you know, it's good to have light tank for vision. It can be used for managing cap, for resetting bases with a fast reload. It can do a lot of things. You know, having some good flexibility is a nice thing to have. Oblivion will run a light tank now. It's going to be a T100. Not going to be as easy for the light tank, the Vickers, to hash. Still doable, though. Especially if you can hit it in the turret. That's where it's easier. Just the turret's so small and hard to hit, but it is an easier pen than the hull. But the Vickers did stay for Origin, rather. Again, we're getting this thing. I'm just going to restart my game at this point, like, before every game. I don't even know, man. It's ridiculous. And again, this is not my internet. That's the issue. Because my stream health is perfect. I haven't dropped a single frame in this entire broadcast. This is a Blitz issue. Between Blitz and my ISP somehow. Anyway, the game waited for me, which is nice.
Let's go.
Here we go. Speed boosts activate for game 4. And High is again going for the early base grab. So is Dizzy. Dizzy steps a little bit earlier, so that will be base lead Origin. Sorry, base lead Oblivion. I'm goofy. Dizzy used to play in Origin, and so subconsciously happened, I guess. Kame crossing. Doesn't get hit. We have Oblivion with the cap lead. Now, Origin did this yesterday with the double concepts playing aggressive on this side. You can do that. And they have good positions to the point where can't really get punished for it. However, they are getting reset with HE rounds. It's still not always easy to grab the base. Rob is going to try to keep taking it. But he is shot. Ooh, wow. Gent even sneaking in a heat shot, not just an HE splash. So Origin are bleeding a little bit more this game, but they've put a few shots into Oblivion too. Yaro's taken some. Steve, Ranger. Even Gent got splashed. Group looks like he is playing pretty far forward here for Oblivion. Not going to step the base, most likely. Well, he is. He's just going to do a little bit of feeling for it. Now, High. Oh, peeks it. He is guessing correctly. And we're going to be seeing another C attempt. No, not quite. They step out. Origin has rotated a couple tanks back. Now, if Group tries stepping that base again, he's going to be in trouble. And he is speed boosting back immediately. Gent is here to cover. So it's not all bad for Group. And now Dizzy rotating in as well. Yeah, this is not a free play here from Origin. However, they are still going to be attempting to grab the C base. And all of these rotations back from Oblivion are tanks that aren't able to reset the C base anymore. So that does allow Origin to grab it. They take the lead. It's a little bit of a feely play there from Origin. I like it. They applied the pressure over here, force a reaction from Oblivion, and that allowed them to cap the base. That kind of shows the level of tactics that are being used here. But now, Origin are up in the caps, and just like that, it is Oblivion who needs to make the play. And how will they do it? How will they do it? Lots of tanks being spotted here. Oblivion want to do something, but they can't. Not at the moment. They find High, though. High gets nuked, 1,000 damage. Uh-oh. That hurts. And that gives Oblivion a little bit more confidence to play up here. Gent able to make this crossing. Puts a shot into High. Can High even survive? Is he safe? He's still trying to put in shots. But this is very awkward, and I believe all the pressure that Ranger's putting into Core and Whiskey will allow Gent to push up here to go for High. Group's looking, he ends up getting the kill, and now just like that, Oblivion able to step to B base. Origin push on the other side though. They pick up Yaro. Interesting how Yaro is the first pick, him being all the way back that he is. Kame and Steve holding this little, bunker down position as best they can. They're reloading their clips as much as they can. See if they can take out a tank here. Ranger, Group, and Dizzy need to get a kill here. Gent as well. They need to pick something up. Cora, Whiskey both looking opposite directions, so they're not able to focus fire the same. Akame and Steve both putting as much as they can into Wagwan here. Core goes down, so does Akame. But at the end of the day here, Oblivion's got 2 bases with 900 cap points. It's a 5 versus 4 scenario. They're up on the tanks. They're a little bit up on the HP. Sorry, I didn't realize that Steve was still alive. I thought he died there. So 4v4, things are reasonably fine there. Origin is still up on the HP. They just need to be able to keep Group alive. Group, who got himself spotted there. He's on 200 HP. Awkward place to be. Wagwan's trying to look for the kill here. Might have it. This would be an insane shot. Nope, that's a miss. Group is now undetected. Rob trying to make a play onto the A base. 975, 980. Ranger picks up the kill here. It's a win. And Oblivion forced the tiebreaker. And we're in game 5, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. What a set we have on our hands. Alright, my game's doing the thing again. Whatever. Yeah, love Blitz connection. 3k from Cora, 3k from Gent. Yeah, that was an entertaining one. Battle of attrition there. And here we go, Alpenstadt as our tiebreaker map. Love to see it. Origin with west, southwest spawn. Oblivion northeast. Do we see anything crazy here? Probably not. You don't usually see crazy stuff on Alpenstadt, but you never know. Only there for training rooms. Well, they were in the rotation for a bit, but when they were in rotation, I was playing a lot to try to find them, and I never did. Glad you're enjoying Manu. Games on windowed mode? Yeah, I play on windowed mode because I need to be able to tab in and out, deal with everything as a streamer. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going on. Nowadays, I have 3 monitors. I used to only have 2. Now I have 3, so it's a little bit easier to not have to do that, but I've always had a habit of playing in windowed mode. And generally just makes it easier to move things around. I do crop the windowed part out, so you guys don't get to see that at least. You know, it's a bit of an eyesore. And also, let's see. Test one more thing real quick. The screen's gonna go black for a second. All right, good. We're good here, and we can go right into our Alpenstadt intro game 5. The nice symmetrical map. One thing that I really love that Wayman's done with the new role as tournament coordinator is fixing all of the tiebreaker maps. There were so many instances where tiebreakers were played on unbalanced maps. Your stuff like your Vineyards, your Castilla, all of that sort of stuff. So not having those maps as tiebreakers is really nice. Symmetrical maps now. Alpenstadt is a decent example of one. It's not perfect, but no map's really perfectly symmetrical. But it's a good pick, and I'm glad that it's here. Anyway, both teams are running a light tank. Panzer wagons are back on the board here for both teams. Origin splitting themselves a little bit here. Light tank doing a little bit of C spotting. And it looks like they're mostly committed towards A. Bolivian's doing a solid push through the middle here. They've got a Kame backing up here, but Bolivian has lots of tanks in the town. If High peeks forward a little bit, he'll spot something, but doesn't want to do that. Doesn't seem to be on his radar. Bolivian is pre-aiming it with 3 crons. If High crosses this, he'll see it. Will they see him? So he breaks the wall. Oblivion doesn't seem to notice the broken wall. But lots of Oblivion tanks now being spotted in the town. No damage coming out yet. Origin's still playing really far back with all of their crons. They're taking a little bit of map on A. Kame is alone here. He's in a very awkward position. But Cora steps A. Oregon goes for blind fire, seeing that pole get knocked down, but they don't take anything. Oblivion will have the cap lead with Dizzy stepping into C a little bit earlier. Just by a little bit there. Yarrow takes the first hit of the game. Nice shot there from Whiskey. Okay, well, both teams are on opposite sides of the map each other. Oblivion a little bit less so because, again, they have more control over the center. But Cora's pushing forward. Kame digging himself into this position that you can kind of hide with. And 13 the Argent can all turn around and cover if need be. Although it is a little awkward. There is a hill in the way, so it's not like an easy cover. But you kind of have a little bit of shots. But a tank down in this little ditch, for example, would be safe to shoot at a Kame. But Oblivion rotating back a little bit. Origin sort of pushing up with Wagwan. And of course, Cora, who's taken a good amount of map over on this side. He's backwards though, looking like he might want to leave. Lots of thinking going on between the two teams here and how they want to play this. Dizzy set up here to try to spot anything coming back from Oblivion through this lane. I say Oblivion, I meant to say Origin. Origin coming back through this lane. Oblivion would spot it. High's in his little bush, doing bush things, trying to blind fire, but not connecting anything quite yet. Cora's been lit, so Oblivion still knows that at least one tank is up here. Looks like Dizzy did get blind fired. Good shot from High, putting one in. And Origin is making their move. Dizzy gonna stick around, try to spot it. Not scared of taking one blind fire. Ranger in position to get some spots eventually if he decides to peek up, but at the moment he is not peeking up. But there we go. Rob lit, Whiskey lit, Ranger lit, of course, for Oblivion. Dizzy getting that shot into Whiskey to start things off, and as soon as Whiskey turns his turret, now Ranger's here. But Oblivion has a setup. Yarrow Katsuragi trading. Gent's coming in. Wants to get a crossfire out on Rob. Origin's going straight for Dizzy here. But High getting hit a good amount. Oh my goodness. But what's this play from Dizzy? Dizzy's hiding because he knows Whiskey and Bubba are going to shoot him. If he backs up. And yep, he does. Wagwan sneaks in the shell. So that's an early kill for Origin. HP is still pretty close though. Kame and Korra having their little 1v1 over on the other side of the map. But Origin has won the C corner. So it's a matter of if Oblivion can punch through elsewhere. But Ranger's getting hit hard. 2,000 damage. Whiskey should be able to pick up the kill here. No, Ranger is behind the corner. He's just going to try to put in his shells and die. That's 1-2. Yep, down he goes. Korra actually sniping it from across the map despite Akame's best attempt at stopping it. Now Yarrow getting hit hard, and I think Oblivion is having a very tough time with this brawl here. They're down 2 tanks. It's not looking great for them. Yeah, Akame has an advantage in that 1v1 now, maybe because of the fact that Korra had to turn around for the kill on Ranger, but at the end of the day, Origin has 2 bases. They've stopped the C base. And yeah, they may lose Katsuragi in a moment here, but it's still looking quite good for them in the caps. 900 points as they pick up Yarrow. Gent is incredibly low. He is only on 55 HP. Kame does win his 1v1, but only just. Gentleman's in an awkward spot. 960 cap points. HE not going to be enough, but Rob just needs to pick up this kill or wait an extra second here. 990, 1,000 in Origin are the winners of upper bracket finals. Very nicely played there. Got the quick kill on Dizzy, setting up that crossfire. Got himself stuck behind that rock. He was screwed if he backed up. He was screwed if he stayed still. And he had to make one decision. And from there, yeah, winning the corner. Won them the game. Just like that, we got our next invite, so we'll get set up there. But Whiskey Tango on top with 3.7. Great game there. Gent not able to overcome with his 3.5. And we got our next invite, so we'll go back to the camera screen and get set up. It's going to be, my guess is Ponda against Oblivion, but we will see. No, NA beat Ponda. Congrats, NA. Wasn't familiar with your game. It is NA against Oblivion. So we get to see all 4 teams play today, which is nice. Doesn't always happen. It's about a 50-50 whether or not that happens. But here we go. NA on the left. And Oblivion on the right. Most dominant comp player in your opinion? Present or past? Dragon Krieg won 4 Blitz Cups in a row on NA. And if you're talking NA, if you're talking like EU, APAC, if you include all servers, it's hard for me to say because I don't follow them as much. But on NA, Dragon Krieg won 4 Blitz Cups in a row. I don't know if Joker won 4 Blitz Cups in a row. I don't think they did. They might have more overall Blitz Cups though, so it depends on what you care about. The thing that was impressive with Dragon Krieg is he did it on multiple teams. He did it on Pramo and then he did it on Rain. Like, while he transitioned between the two, he still kept his streak alive. But that's a good pick. There's a lot of good picks. I would say Old Guard, Old Guard, Dragon Krieg, New Guard, probably Javi. Also, Copen said $5 on Oblivion. I'll take that $5, thank you very much. Just kidding. Alright, here we go, guys. NA Oblivion. If NA beat Ponda, maybe they can hold on here, but Ponda got their butts kicked. Unfortunately, they are out in 4th place for today's groups. I should refresh the website, show you guys the brackets. How about that? See how the other games are going. Moldike, fun tiebreaker. That's an option, yeah. Okay, let's see. Other group is not quite as close. So, Joker 3-0'd 7 Rats. Over on this side, it was a tiebreaker, actually. NA took Ponda in tiebreakers. That would have been a good one to watch. I asked to watch lower bracket, but I got put into upper. mean, obviously this was a good one to watch too, but no one streamed this set, which I'm a little bit disappointed by. They put 3 streamers all in this set here. It's kind of annoying. You can see me, you can see Lakawa, and Unnamed Creature all in here. Yo, thank you. What is this? Thank you for the gift sub. There we go. There's the 5. Thank you, Copen. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the sub. Very kind. All right, show the training room again. But yeah, you can see there are 3 spectators here. We got me, we have Lakawa, and we have Unnamed Creature. So they put all of us over on the last set as well instead of splitting us between NA and Pondo in the previous set, but it's whatever. But yeah, thank you, Copen, for the sub. That is funny. 5 on Oblivion. Dang, okay. I need you to start betting more. No, just kidding. Anyway, looking at the lineups here, NA's got an interesting one here on Naval. 6 crowns and a light. Sure, why not? Oblivion are mixing in some Felices in there. Face off as one dominant player. I don't know who that is. See from EU, APAC, Russia. Definitely not an NA player. Old Primo. They were good. All right. Anyway, Naval for games 1 and 2. This is another best of 5er. Also, I just realized I forgot to update the tourney title. I'm a dummy. It's been saying day 2 this whole time. It's day 3. When we only fix it in time for grand finals. Very cool. Let's get the Naval map intro rolling. Is my game gonna load this time? Yes, it did. Wow. LTG, enjoy the submit. Hell yeah. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Oblivion NA. I have to switch them again? Yeah, I do. I have to just keep switching the banners. It's fine. It's all good. X going for mid spots. Dizzy doing the same. Getting blind fired at is not hit in return. No shots going in the early crossing. Oblivion only sending 1 tank to A, though. They're mostly set up top with their crons. Kami going to try to go for a C grab. Ranger, and that's what she said, are here to support. Interesting. So that's what she said. This is an EU player. Actually, I don't think I've looked at the Oblivion roster. I wasn't sure if he made the team. He did make the team, and he is playing today. He didn't play in the previous set, but here he is. I was surprised by that roster decision, just because he's an EU player, and I didn't think Ranger wanted to take EU players, but I was wrong. He did. Ranger's getting hit, though. That's what she said's gotten hit. NA's got an early good lead in terms of bleeds, but what is this push from Oblivion? Akame's been hit hard. They're just going to try to see if they can clip out this guy. I do not know who this is. Tommy just going for the track. There we go. Minus 2392. He might actually survive this, which is kind of crazy. Yaro's just pre-aiming the kill, though. Burby didn't communicate that well to him, although it really didn't matter either way. NA is rotating fast, though. Problem is, if they want to try to go up here to kill these guys, they have to drive up a hill. That's going to take a long time. Yaro's here, and it looks like maybe they want to turn for Yaro, but that's a lot of armor, and that kind of exposes them to everything coming up from behind, including Mr. N13 joining the fight. Yaro takes a couple hits, but here we go. N13 is now here. That's a crossfire setup, and Kool-Aid wanting to back up, but Burby kind of blocking him there. It's kind of funny. But they've got a really good crossfire now. Ranger being up there as well. This is a crazy setup from Oblivion they've got going on. Dizzy fighting X in the 1v1. Gent's taken the A base as well, so they have A, they have C, they have NA box. And even though the HP isn't too bad at the moment, like, this is a very good-looking game for Oblivion. They've got very strong positions. NA is fighting back, though, trying to push for Akame. Burby does pick it up. It is a 5v5, but HP of J-Ro, HP of Pro, Gentleman's going to be able to pick those up. J-Ro is hiding reasonably well, but at this point, 5v3. He's going for the 1 HP T100. Pretty funny. Bounce from the T100. How do you bounce off a Panzer Wagon? I didn't know that was possible. He will fall. Goes for the ram. Little love tap. There we go. Oblivion takes it. Good stuff. That Joker won 4 in a row. Did they win 4 Blitz Cups in a row? I'm not sure. Because Blitz Summer Cup was Origin. So I don't think so. Unless they won 4 in a row after that. But I don't know if we've had 4 Blitz Cups after Summer Cup 2023. Maybe we have. I don't know. I don't think we have. Because we didn't have a Blitz Cup last year. Anyway, that's game 1. Yeah, I can go through some of my old documentation real quick. I don't have a full list of who won, so a little bit is memory, but I can at least see the seasons. So yeah, so Blitz Summer Cup was Origin. That was summer 23. Stellar Cup was in October of 23. That was Joker. Then Blitz X Cup was Joker. And Blitz Diamond Cup was Joker. So they've won 3 in a row. But there hasn't been a 4th since. I guess I shouldn't say there wasn't one last year. Blitz Diamond Cup was a thing in August of last year. So my bad for saying there wasn't a Blitz Cup last year. That was incorrect. But Joker's only won 3 in a row. They've won more overall, though, because they have Fall Blitz Cup of 2022 and of 2021, I believe. So they've won more. They've won 5 total. So it depends. Do you care about total or do you care about, like, the streak? You know? Ultimately, I would still have to say Javi is, like, the NA GOAT over Dragon Krieg. But he was a good player. And of the old guard, people throw out a lot of names, but I think his is the correct answer. I know people love to talk about their fatnesses and their mows and their mics and all those players, but okay, Mike was a bit of a joke, but Dragon Krieg is my pick. For the old guard, at least. Alright, both light tanks from either team going to the middle. X trying to get a quick shot in on Yarrow. Misses. Gets himself lit. But again, Oblivion only putting 1 tank in the crossing this time. They are more committed up top yet again. That's what she said, getting shot in the crossing here. Gent going as well. Will Ranger cross too? Don't know. Doesn't look like it. J-Ro's been hit pretty hard. Is that what she said? Gonna go for a clip on him? Looks like it. That's 1. Don't know if we'll get a second. Yes, gets in a second. So J-Ro's been hit very hard to start things off. He is on 400 HP. That was Oblivion's play there by dropping the tank down. You just like playing up top on this map, it seems. They also have the only tank over on the A side, so they're winning on C. They're winning on A, having the only tank to cross. He's been lit. Nice shot from Yarrow into Pro. My packet loss made it look like the shot was a miss, and the damage seemed like it was pretty delayed. X is crossing now, so this is a 2v1, but Dizzy is already rotating in. Oblivion has anticipated this. They are making their move. They pick up the kill on J-Ro. 000 could be next, but Kool-Aid's backing him up. There we go. Dizzy's showing his face. He's cross-firing into Pro, along with Yarrow. Looks like he wants to go on the hunt for X, but Pro will have a rear shot into him. Doesn't shoot HE. HE would have helped there, but the reactive armor, meaning the AP shell, gets greatly reduced. Meanwhile, Oblivion is continuing their push. They did pick up 000, like I had thought might happen. They have 3 Kronvons up top going for 5-9 and Burby. This game is as good as over as well. Yarrow and Pro are still fighting. Dizzy's still going for cross shots there. Dizzy's winning his 1v1 against X and still able to help out against Pro. Pro is now looking at Dizzy. I'm sure Yarrow's communicating that. So he's just going to win on, or focus on winning his brawl up there. Over on the other side, Burby, the next tank to fall for for NA. X gets picked up. Yara's doing fine against Pro. Down goes 5-9, down goes Kool-Aid. And we're going to be seeing a little 7-0 ski here. Oh, maybe could have picked up the kill on Dizzy, but nope, not anymore. And there we go. 2-0 lead for Oblivion. That game, not very close. 25 on NA. Yo, no. Stop. I'm going to veto that, buddy. I'm going to veto that. I do not need your subs. Thank you, though. Appreciate the sentiment, but not necessary. I know what you're doing there. I know what you're doing, Copenhagen. I know exactly what you're doing. I can beat them, everyone. I guess so. I mean, it's their first season back. They pulled an upset, in my opinion, by making it here, because they beat Wheel. Wheel is made up of players from 322, and 322 played under the GG tag last season. I mean, it was kind of 322, kind of a mix of a couple teams. They got third last season. It was like the fake season, but they outplaced Apex, they outplaced 7Rats, and, you know, every other team that wasn't, you know, Oblivion and Origin, so they're not to be messed with. The fact that Ponda 3-0'd them in Grand says something, that they're not bad, right? That they're still a capable team. But NA, it did pull off. Yeah, it's hard to call it an upset. I don't know. Ponda Peak absolutely clears NA, but this is clearly not Ponda Peak, so. Anyway, interesting tank lineup potentially here on Port Bay for Game 3. Seeing 62A, a T22 even, potentially. Oblivion's Ruck and the double Panzerwagons are probably just going to try to take the corner with reactive armor, I guess. Possible, or maybe they just don't play corner, they're just there for information. But the 1-2-1 being in the mix as well. Looks like instead of the 1-2-1 I had said last time we saw this on Port Bay, like it could be a seat grab, but it could also be like playing for the coal piles. I guess we'll see which it is here. Roll the intro for Port Bay. This is do or die for NA, or they'll be eliminated in third place for Group 2, PYS 1. Day 3, but Oblivion's just looking unstoppable at the moment, at least compared to NA. Clearly Origin did stop them, so it's not like unstoppable, but you know what I mean. So G.I. Joe, welcome, good to see you. It's been a minute. Comp's planning Reforged. We will see, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to look like. All I know is that the tournament feature is not yet implemented. Will things be run a different way? That's to be revealed. It's like Oblivion will be crossing with the Panzerwagons. They will fight against a 62 and a 1-2-1. They have reactive, so it makes it possible to win this fight. Dizzy's not crossing, and that's why. You can get hit on the crossing. And Burby having that reactive, but oh my goodness, getting shot by the Oblivion tanks in the crossing. He can get tracked and spun. He's dead. Oblivion were able to win the corner after all, by virtue of getting their crossfire tanks into position quickly enough, and NA didn't apply any pressure to them. I will say they have bled out Steve a good amount. Also, the Concept 5-9 joining the fight does help NA a lot in terms of winning this corner, but Group will be joining the fray as well, so it is a 4v4 over in the C area. I kind of want to get over here so we can see this angle, get to see it all together. Of course, Group will be joining the fight to help out take X to the garage quickly. 5-9 will be the next to follow. There's 3 tanks in Oblivion's section of the corner. Now they have 3 tanks here. It's a 7v4. Really not looking good for NA. Ranger's just going to come around the side. Oblivion's Panzerwagons can just farm out whatever tank peeks up high. Looks like it's going to be J-Ro. Yarrow just worried about putting in the clip as fast as he can. Group not going to hang out in the corner. He's just going to join the fray here. They're going to go for O. They're going to get Kool-Aid. And this was another 2-minute game, man. We've been seeing a couple of these here. A very aggressive little fight. That's kind of how it can go on Port Bay sometimes if both teams... Yeah, nice shot, Izzy. If both teams go to C, it's a slugfest. And Oblivion came out on top this time. They're going to sweep an A here. Little 3-0 victory. They're going to find themselves back against Origin. Is anyone surprised? I am not. But props to NA for making it this far. Congrats to them. We'll see you guys in PYS 2. The question is, Oblivion or Origin, one of those two teams we will also be seeing in PYS 2. Which team will that be? We will see. I am tired of your offers, Wargaming. Please stop. Please stop. We got our invite for Grands. And it is Oblivion Origin. Set up the room. And I'm gonna get some more water because my voice is starting to feel a little bit. Decided to use the restroom as well. Good timing. Alright. Well, it's perfect because I can just go straight to the training room, I guess, here. Start things off on Castilla. Love watching this map. What's up, Whiskey? What's up? All games from NA are top 8. Don't know the difference between them and Oblivion. Well, Oblivion's got a lot of top 1, top 2, top 3 gamers. NA does not. I don't know if they have any. I'd have to double check the roster. Maybe they had one. Mothman. That's crazy. Think any of the top teams in NA could compete with EU or RU? Yeah, I think Joker's been doing pretty well in their scrims against EU. I think they went tie against Demo, and I think they have been doing pretty good against other teams as well. Yo! Tobin did it anyway. He did it anyway. That's crazy. The 5 gift subs. There's the 25. I'm starting to think this was intentional. It's a good thing I don't have a DraftKings account. Nice. That is funny. Thank you for the 5 gifts. Maffle, Breeze, Flop, Frost, Jim. Make sure to thank Copenhagen for the gift subs. Two kinds. Yeah, see them all flash by. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Copenhagen. Too kind. Too kind. Mad the Pond is out. Yes, very sad. They'll be back, I'm sure. I have no doubts that they'll be a top 8 team. I have to get the store up and running. Yeah, I guess so, man. I got to monetize everything first. Tournaments are kind of an afterthought. I think the good thing is Women wants to take this as an opportunity to build the tournament system in a way where the players have a lot of feedback on how to improve things, right? So yes, if Wargaming made the tournament system the same exact way as it is right now, you know, there's still a lot of weaknesses with the system. So if we were able to build it from scratch and have a good say in how we want it to be, you know, ultimately I think it could be a better thing in the end. Unfortunately, it's going to take time. And some people might just say like, yeah, well, you should just implement the current system now and then change over. That also takes extra work too, right? Especially work that ultimately won't have any reward because it's going to get scrapped eventually. So you're just writing it in Unreal Engine 5 to scrap it. But I see both sides because I also agree with the fact that, it's like now things might be a little awkward for the next few months. How are tournaments going to run? I don't know. Maybe training rooms. Maybe we won't have any at all. Do not know. All right, gotta swap the teams again here. There we go. All right, Castilla. It's an interesting map. I enjoy watching competitive on it, even though it is an unbalanced map in terms of spawns. There's still a lot that you can do. High and Dizzy, they're both playing near the B area, not lighting each other. Dizzy's using this little gap that you can kind of get spots in. If you sit right here, it's not easy to get a shot in because your reaction time has to be super fast, but you can spot stuff. There we go. He spots Cora from the crack. So that's information. A nice little sneaky spot. Not really useful in pubs. I would not recommend sitting there in pubs, but that is a little spot that can be used in competitive. Does it give you a lot? It gives you something. Origin has a lot of tanks set up near A, Wagwan all the way in the back in the river. I usually see tanks set up over on this side of the river, or even, like back here. I guess High is back here, so there's still that. Katsuragi is also backing up Korra. But Oblivion has a lot of their own tanks set up over up top here. Rob getting spotted cross map, trying to put in shots. Blind into Yarrow. I just noticed that we are seeing 2 light tanks from Oblivion, and not only 2 light tanks, but a medium, the TVP. Not something that we see frequently. Apparently Joker was messing around with those a little bit yesterday, caused them to have a little bit of a tiebreaker against Kit and M. But TVP strats are possible, I suppose. It's something that people are playing around with the idea of a little bit. Origin going to take the early cap lead here. Katsuragi stepping into the A base, and Ranger won't have a reset. He's reloading his clip. He actually gets shot just for making that peek. It's a little bit awkward. Don't know if that was a blind fire from Rob. Didn't see if the light bulb had disappeared from Ranger yet, but good start for Origin, all things considered. Having the cap lead, it's a pretty big W. Kame's taking a risk, going for a play, spots Rob in the crossing. That's 1, that's 2. Oh no, he's tracked. Oh no, Rob. Oh no. Rob is blown up. Rest in peace. And Oblivion, just like that, able to pick up a kill. And they're wasting no time grabbing a base as well. They're still going to be down the caps a little bit, but Yarrow pushing forward, trying to keep Bubba away. Let's keep away the pressure from Origin trying to get a reset on C. Not even going to try to go for a blind fire. I like how Dizzy was set up somewhere that isn't easily blind fireable. A lot of times people will aim for the bushes. Dizzy was not set up in a bush. He was like, okay, Origin's far enough away to the point where it's not necessary. Okay, Yarrow, what is that peak? Okay. I don't know what that was. Yeah. That was a thing, but I mean, it's not terrible for Oblivion. They're fine. At the end of the day, a light tank can survive. Korra's in a position where he's very well covered as well. Group Korra trying to shoot shots at each other. I really don't know where that group shot went. It looked like the tracer shell went right into Korra, but didn't connect. Gentleman, though, sneaking one in. And Origin looks like they want to apply some pressure into group, but Korra's bleeding a lot. Jen's just going to go for the kill here, yep, along with Steve, Yarrow, group. And yep, there we go. Immediate counter pressure from Origin into group. And Steve is reloading a lot of shells here. Group's fully empty, actually. Gent's trying to get crossfire into Bubba. Katsuragi getting at some mucks. And the group is shooting empty, unfortunately. His DPM's gone. He is just going to die here between High and Mux. However, High taking a little bit of damage here. A little overextension. He's got reactive to save him a little bit of HP there, but I will say Oblivion got a lot out of group's position there. They're able to put in a good amount of damage. HP differential is about 2,000. They have a 2-tank lead. Nice sneaky shots into Akame here, it looks like. Yarrow also taking some damage. He's still doing just fine. But at the moment, Wagwan a little alone here. Don't know exactly what he's looking at. Did he lag out? He might have lagged out. That's a little unfortunate for Origin. Things could have been a little closer. Still think Oblivion had clear favor to win this one, but looks like either a little bit of a lag out ski or a little bit of a I give up moment. But I'm not going to assume that Origin gave up there. They're not known for doing that. Anyway. Down goes High. Bubba soon to follow. And Mux. Maybe wants to kill NDR, but not going to find it. And we're going to be seeing a Game 1 Oblivion win this time around. Very cool. And they had a pretty solid lead, I would say, for a majority of the game. Obviously, Origin had the early cap lead, but once Rob got picked off on that rotate, it was all Oblivion. They were in control, and they were able to clean it up, turn a tank lead into a game win. But moving on to game 2, now it is Oblivion with the North spawn. Castilla North is considered the better spawn in this unbalanced map, so the fact that Oblivion won from South is impressive. And now they get arguably the better spawn. Akame is going offline. I noticed he's been going online and offline a lot. Hope that is it. It's fine. But Origin's rocking a G-Sor. Very cool. Sploosh must have been cut from NA. There's so much hate. That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn, you got Splooge hate in the chat. Hey, no hating. When you log on this next manhunt, Mothra, I'm free tomorrow. Obviously, these tournament streams are taking up my time, but there's no stream. The next stream is the 16th, so I'm off for the next 3 days. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Really trusting my instincts next set. You don't need to place a bet, man. It's okay. You don't need to place a bet. Also, Jim is in the chat. Okay, yeah, I saw you got gifted the sub. I was not sure if you were around or if it was just trying to gift like an old viewer. But you are in the chat. It's good to see you, Jim. It's been a minute, bro. Alright, Yarrow needs to ready up. Here we go. Also, Akame is back and he's in 4-2-0-2. What is this? I don't know what this is. Why does it seem that EURU is more competitive region? Well, Bro Moment, they have like 10 times the players that NA does, so it's kind of comes with the territory. They have a lot more top players to distribute among a lot more teams. For NA, the really, really good NA comp players are all in like the same 3 teams every season. It used to be Joker, Origin, Ponda. Now it's Joker, Origin, Oblivion. That's just kind of how it is. It's always been like that on NA. Even before, it was like Primo Rain and stuff like that. You know, it was always just consolidated amongst the best couple teams because there aren't enough comp players on NA to populate like a strong 8 teams. Okay, what is this? Dizzy is just going for an immediate push into the Calibanov spot. Look at this play. What a play. Does he die for this? He takes a lot of damage for it. He's down a good amount of HP. He's in the spot, though. High's facing him. Archangel's facing him. The G-Sor. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Akame died. What did Akame do? I don't know what Akame did. I was not watching Akame. I was too busy watching Dizzy die. But Akame having an even worse game. Yeah. So that was the strat. It's not like they did that accidentally. I mean, I'm sure Akame blew up accidentally, but Origin was just fully ready. They happen to be going this side. And unlucky for Oblivion, but this is a loss. They're down 2 tanks in a minute. They'll try to, you know, hold on to this one as much as they can, but I think we all know how this one's going to end. I want to see someone jump. I wish I could open chat and say that. Steve jump. Steve jump. He's not going to jump. He didn't even have the time. Anyway. I like the idea. I was curious to see what the 4-2-2 was doing, but I was following Dizzy first. I was like, okay, maybe the rest of Oblivion will get set in their positions. But no. Not at all. Akame is LMFAOing in the chat. You think this is funny? You think this is a game? This is World of Tanks Blitz. A game? No. You sold. Completely sold. Alright. Group dead. You're going to be the last. I will say, Oblivion got a kill. Was not a 7-0. So, W there. Ares putting his last shot, and there we go. Well, it's set up 1-1. Onto the net. But yes, enjoy the shadows, Jim. Good to hear from you always. All right, Middleburg for games 3 and 4. Cool. Oh, I didn't change the logo. My bad. Yeah, good catch. I didn't change the logo. It's my fault. I changed the text and I didn't click the update logo button. It's annoying. I have to do that. I tried setting up a script where if I type in a name, it automatically populates the logo. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So now I need to manually update the icons with the button after I change the names. And I forget to do that sometimes. So sorry, guys. Logos were wrong. Oopsie daisies. No hurries on Castilla. Muhammad, TDs haven't really been used a whole lot in comp. There is the occasional Ho-Ri. Origin in particular, actually, I know, like, Korra himself likes to run Ho-Ri along with Krim, who's not here at the moment. They like running Ho-Ris, but we haven't seen any recently. Castilla is a map where you need to be making good rotations and all that sort of stuff, so it's a little bit harder to fit in there. There are some maps where it's definitely doable, though. But the meta might have progressed to the point where that's not really a feasible tank to run. Who knows? Anyway, similar lineups for both teams here. An F3 for Origin and a 2 and 5B for Oblivion. Other than that, same lineups. And we'll get on to Middleburg, games 3 and 4. 500 on Oblivion. Copenhagen, please stop. Please stop. I am DMing Ranger right now. If you throw these next 2 games, I will split the 500 50-50 with you. Just kidding. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Game 3. Blind fires going in. Nothing connecting though. Not a single shot. Both teams spawning with a Kron up top, but sending a lot of tanks up top, both teams. They're keeping the Felice down low along with 1 Kron. Now, I will say, North spawn a little bit better up top here. Look at the spot that Korra's in. You can kind of use the hill to angle your tank to the point where you get a little bit extra gun depression. South spawn does not have an equivalent to this. The hill over there, you can't do it. So Korra is just going to be able to put in 2 free shots to start the game. That's just kind of a gimme there, unfortunately. Oh, group even giving Korra a 3rd shot, so that's interesting. But yeah, that's just kind of a thing that you accept when you play on South, is, you know, the North has a little bit of a better spot for you. Oblivion does take the cap lead, though. They grab B a little bit earlier. And having a cap lead does matter, I would say, a little bit more than that 1000 HP, at least at this point of the game. Later on, 1000 HP difference is going to be a lot more compared to the entire HP total of the tanks remaining, but for now, not a big deal. Definitely not insurmountable from Oblivion. And again, forcing Origin to make the initial play can be very good, especially in a meta like the Kron meta, where these tanks are very good at digging down and punishing enemies for pushing through. So that is what we see. Nice shot from group into Rob. Little peek there. Rob did not answer. Right into the turret there. Heat shell. Good little peek. Moment. How are things doing? Oh, group is getting crossfired a little bit, though. Archangel sneaking one in. How are things down low? Looks like Yaro, Katsuragi have made contact. Origin has rotated Habibi up to help up top, but he is now backing down to potentially set up a crossfire. If Yaro backs up a little bit more, goes a certain direction, but no, the building's going to keep him safe at the moment. And he is actually speed boosting away. Dizzy and the Crown backing up as well. Pressure still building up top. 5 tanks on 5. The 2 and 5B gentlemen. A little bit of an awkward tank to play up here. It's not like a strong hold down tank or anything like that. It's just really good for farming, of course. So if you can bring up the rear for Oblivion, it will be good. But at the moment, you don't really want to be peeking with that tank too much. You're just going to get bled in the turret with not only HEs, but occasionally you can sneak in a heat shell. A lot easier than you can into a Crown, that's for certain. Yeah, thanks guys for catching the logo thing. It took me a minute to realize I am just a fool. It's on me. Anyway, Yaro's rotated up, so Felice for Oblivion is now up top. Dizzy is up top as well, so that's all 7 tanks. Origin still has 1 down low in form of the Felice. They have a 2nd down low in the form of Wagwan, and now Rob is rotating down. I assume that means Wagwan's going to rotate up. Putting 3 tanks down low at this point of the game was a bit risky, especially when you know that most of Oblivion set up here in the first place. But here we go, guys. They make their play. They're shooting it high here. They have 7 tanks. Origin only has 4. Wagwan's going to try to make his rotate quickly. But here we go. Archangel kind of getting bled out from his position. Rangers sneaking shots in from his angle. But Oblivion, they're stopping. They haven't moved forward at all. They're going to allow Wagwan to rotate up. Origin's coming through with Rob from behind. But there we go. The kill does come in to high. However, Yaro getting picked as well. Down goes Archangel. So Oblivion are now up a tank. They're going to try to hunt Bubba Vernon down, but he is speed boosting out of there. He's still full HP, doing just fine. Gentlemen in the 2 and 5B. This is where the 2 and 5B's gun can start singing. However, don't want to double Kronvon extend there. That would not be good. So he's just going to be chilling right now. Steve and Ranger going to set up an angle on Korra. Origin does have 2 bases. That's one thing that Oblivion needs to keep an eye out for. Is at the moment, the way that caps are ticking, this is going to be an Origin victory. So Oblivion needs to pick up kills here. And Bubba and Korra look like they're going to be the targets. There we go. Speed boost right into Korra. That's a kill. And now the caps are looking a little bit better. Still lead for Origin time being, just by the way things tick up. But they're about to pick up the kill on Rob. That's going to change everything. Ranger is the focus fire for Wagwan and Bubba. They will be able to pick this one up, no problem. Ooh, Katsuragi missing. That was his reserve shell as well. I don't see why you need to fire that when Wagwan was already there. So now his DPM's just completely cooked. But Bubba getting picked off there as well for Origin. Oblivion will be able to reach 1,000 cap points and take the 2-1 victory. Guess at the end of the day, the reserve shell didn't really matter too much, so it is what it is. Good win for Oblivion. And yeah, Oregon just having so many tanks down low. It was really awkward timing for them, bringing the F3 down at the same time that Oblivion went for their push up top. So it's just kind of how it goes sometimes. It's a tricky game of rotations here. Nice 3.4 from Korra, but was not enough. And here we go, game 4. Just like that. This is an elimination game potentially. Winner moves on to top 8 immediately. For the set, rather. Loser will be back in PYS 2. A few years ago, that Mercy and Violence were like running 3 TDs. A few years ago, it was a very different meta. Not really a thing anymore. There was a TD meta not that long ago. The WZ-113 GFT. But really the reason that tank was meta was because it did a Heavy's job better than Heavy's did and was very hard hitting as well. So really it's been pretty much all Heavy meta or Heavy LARPing meta since 2019 really. Oblivion has interesting lineups. Yeah, they do. They do. Akame cooks up some interesting stuff. I used to actually play comp, like, not really comp with Akame, but on a scrim team with Akame, and we'd cook up very interesting strats. It's something that he loves to do. So he's continuing to do that today. Although 2 and 5B isn't like that crazy of a pick in my opinion. But it's definitely like not the strongest at hill fighting, obviously. They're just using it in other ways. Like, there's a reason that he was hiding in the back and not trying to trade hull down with Kronvons. You just can't do that. It does not work. Not in that tank. GFT span for a couple seasons ago. Yeah. Yeah, so Copenhagen said it pretty much as I said. Obviously with a delay, I can't quite predict what you guys are going to say in those 3 minutes, but... yeah. But even then, like, the only reason the TD was meta is because it was playing as a heavy. It was armored, and it had reactive, and it could take hits, and it could push, and it could hold. It could do everything. Alright. We're seeing another mostly up top play from Oblivion. Origin's taking their time with it. Looks like they're getting the double spawn up top with Korra and Bubba. That is interesting. They have 2 tanks spawning up top. Oblivion needs to take a little bit of extra time to get their extra tanks up there. But Origin will take the cap lead this time around with Rob stepping the B base quicker. Then Ara, Bara, Kabad, Chow. I had to take the time to read it out just once. But Origin is immediately rotating all of their tanks away from the town. They had a Felice, but he's not down. He is up. And Origin is just going to be quickly preparing for a push up top here, which Oblivion won't be ready for. It looks like, yeah, Ranger's going to try to step C. This is not going to go well for Mr. Ranger here. High is now spotted in the back. He is double tapped. He may actually... no, okay, so Korra gets the reset. But Ranger backing up, Whiskey getting spotted. Ranger backs up just in time to the point where Wagwan and Rob and Katsuragi all don't get lit as well. So for all Oblivion knows, Origin only has 4 tanks up here. So they don't realize that they're about to get shoved. And there we go. Korra with the speed boost. He's lit. Yeah, Oblivion now knows something's going on here. Steven needs to get up. Izzy needs to get up. But still Katsu's not spotted. Yeah, there we go. Now they know the push is coming. Korra's been bled hard though. Only on 1200. And Yarrow being here in the Felice, this is a much better tank to have dug in here than the Kronvon was. Able to just kind of side scrape this quite nicely. And there we go. Arabachu's coming in. Steve's coming in a little bit slower. But Ranger, oh my goodness, what's this play from Ranger? Ranger is probably cooked here. That was a play if I've ever seen one. Dizzy's there to help out, but yeah, I don't know what that was from Ranger. That was an overextend. Easy rotate from Origin in there. Akame is now getting clipped out. Oh man. Yeah. Crazy enough, though, Oblivion is still up in the HP. They got all those bleeds into Korra. Yara's going to try to look for that kill shot. Gets it. It's a 5v5. It's not looking too bad. Problem is, look at Yarrow. He's just reloading his first shell in the Felice. Dizzy's just reloading his first shell in the Felice. Katsuragi's got a full clip. So Origin's looking quite good in that department, but they are still down a little bit on the HP. But Dizzy just wants to be able to reload here. He is taking shots when I don't think he should be. I think he should be a little bit more patient so he can reload his clip. Oblivion is waiting to reload with Yarrow here. Steve's going to come in. He's got full HP. Wagwan, lowest HP tank in this area, although there is high as well. At the moment, it is very close. Origin still has the cap lead, but this is not going to be a game where cap matters. There are still 4 minutes left, more than half of the game left. And Mr. Dizzy's been crossfired here. He's going to try to drop down. And that gives Rob an opportunity. But why are you reversing into Steve? Okay, I guess he was reversing because of Group's push. Fair enough. But he was dead either way. Gets traded for Dizzy, but High gets picked off as well. And how will Yarrow survive? Bubba's going to look for him. Gentleman's just going to try to block. And as long as Yarrow stays alive... No, he doesn't. That would be really good for Oblivion. They're still up right now. They did take the C base. Steven might go down to Katsuragi, though. Group will pick up Wagwan. And Gent takes out Bubba. So that means we will be seeing a little 3v1 ski in the end game here. And he picks up the kill, but that was his reserve shell. So Oblivion will be able to take this one. After losing the first set to tiebreaker, this time a 3-1 victory. They were able to close things out. Good stuff. Props to Oblivion getting all those early bleeds into Origin for that push. Otherwise, they would have been cooked there with that 7 versus 5. But those bleeds kind of stopped Korra, made them stay back a little bit. Also, the position that Yarrow had as the crossfire target, being able to side scrape there. Oh my goodness. And 5.4k from Gent. Yeah, crazy game. I think someone in the chat was like, yo, 2 and 5B on Middlebury. Yeah, there you go. Good call out. Nice game from Gent. Absolutely securing the dub in Oblivion. Winning Group 2, qualified direct to top 8. Copenhagen is absolutely, breathing a sigh of relief here. That's a good game. You're getting a chat avatar for that. We got the new 34 watt B reaction pack. Absolutely deserved. Nice game from Gent there. And there we go, guys. That's a 2.5 hour stream. Today is done. We can go ahead and check the other group. I am just assuming that the other group is over. We can take a brief look at the proving grounds, I suppose. Wait a second. Oh, this is best of 7. I was wrong. This is a best of 7. What is this? This is best of 7. I thought this was best of 5. I was wrong. I wasn't readied up. I was just sitting there. This is BO7, not BO5. Okay, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, Molendyke. Sorry, guys. I was ranting. Turns out I was just wrong. I didn't put out the training room overlay, but it's fine. I thought it was set. I did refresh the other group, though, and the other group is over. Here we go, guys. Games 5 and 6 will be played here on Molendyke. I was just saying how this is over, but no, it's not over. We are seeing a light tank on either team, Panzer Wagons, lots of Krons on either team, a Felice for both teams, but Oblivion has the extra concept. At the moment, mostly town play from Origin. They're taking their time getting there. It takes a good amount of effort. You have to climb up that little hill there. Oblivion playing mostly central, with a few tanks pointed towards A. This is a strange spot that Ranger's in. I mean, it works. You're covered, I suppose. I just don't really see this get used ever, but yeah. Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't think he's in trouble or anything like that. But we do see cap lead for Origin here, as they take the C base. I was originally doing some spotting from this little bunker. Core is going to take that position. Instead, he is lit, though. And look at this play from Gent here. Gent pushing up in the Kronvon. Going to use this rock as cover. He'll take a hit from Whiskey, most likely. Gent activates his consumable. He was ready for it. Loses the damage roll trade. He only put in 380. He took like 450. But Gent was ready. He was very prepared for it. Takes another hit. Tries to put one into Whiskey. Misses. But Origin has already pushed up quite far against Oblivion. They only have 2 tanks holding this one here. If Origin decides to get ballsy, they could push this. But they don't know how many tanks Oblivion has defending this. Okay. Tension is building. Origin did get good early bleeds into Gentleman specifically, the lowest HP tank in the game at the moment. You don't count the light tanks, but Ranger now getting hit as well. That's 2 tanks from Oblivion that have been double tapped. First to 4. Bro did not read up 3 messages in the chat. Bro did not read 3 messages in the chat where I realized it and already put it there before you commented anything. You're very smart. You need to lock in if you did not read me acknowledging it in the chat, buddy. Anyway, Whiskey Tango's getting deleted. Looks like Akame was able to get the permatrack along with Ranger. He's getting shot a little bit in the side. Core is still holding off Dizzy and Gent, as well as Steve. I don't know if it's worth their time pushing in on that. They're going to try to cover group here. He's just pushing forward to avoid shots from Bubba Vernon as long as he can. putting the clip into Wagwan. I like how he focused them all into one tank. Wagwan is now one clippable for any Oblivion tank. I don't know what Akame is doing here. This is a little bit of an awkward play. He was trying to go for the kill, but he's just put himself in a crossfire. I really don't like that spot. Ranger's now dying, and Akame just got himself killed for free here. Wagwan only taking one shot for that. Akame literally just threw the game. It's still not over, I guess. Like, they have a chance of winning this 100%. But Gentleman getting picked off by Korra on 27 HP. That's wild. It's a 6 versus 3. Yeah, this one is not looking good for Oblivion. And they could still have another full HP Kron right now if Akame didn't do what Akame did. Wagwan's still alive. Rob's still alive. Yara's trying to sneak the kill here. Doesn't look like he'll find it. And down he goes. And just like that, Origin are still alive. Guys, what is Akame doing? What is Akame doing? Alright, 900 cap points for Origin. 5 versus 2. Steve is doing his best to camp Bush. He's driving out now. He does not care. W shot. They're trying to crossfire high here, but he actually steps out of the B base. Interesting. Fair enough. 950. 960. I do respect how Steve is still trying to put shots in at the end here, although unfortunately he doesn't really do anything, but nice max roll at the end as well. 990. And that's game. They're just toying with their food, not grabbing the B base for whatever reason. As it ends up, all those low HP tanks for Origin. If Akame didn't throw his tank away, that was a very, very winnable game. Yikers. There we go, 3-2. Origin staying alive here, taking advantage of Oblivion's mistakes. Ranger Steven 3.1 was not enough to save them. Akame. Do we give him another dunce cap, guys? Do we give Akame another dunce cap? He's been the recipient of several dunce caps in the past. I didn't give him one for that Castilla game because that was strat issue. But the decision to go for Wagwan like that was completely decision issue. And we got to do it for the content. The dunce comes back out. That's not who I want it on. I want it on Mr. Kame. Sorry, Kame. You did not cook. You did not cook. Yeah, now Copenhagen's sweating in his boots a little bit. He's shivering in his timbers. Real quick, guys. I don't know if you were expecting this, but 7 rats, 4-0'd Joker. 4-0'd after getting 3-0'd in upper bracket finals, a 4-0 Joker. I don't know what was cooking there, but if anyone predicted 7 rats to make it through, I am very impressed. Joker is... Are they falling off, guys? Are they out of their prime? Is it over for them? Are they cooked? Is it Jover? Who knows? But congrats to 7 rats for making it through. That was very well deserved. I am interested to see how those games ended up going. We'll definitely have to watch back Frost stream. And here we go, guys. Game 6. Origin is still hanging on. They win this game on Mullen, forces tiebreaker. Kami playing for Origin for real, dude. This dude is selling. Also, shout out everyone in the Joker VC who's watching the stream right now. What's up? I can see you streaming at Lexum. Alright. Game 6. Big commits towards A side from Origin. They're speed boosting all the way in there. Oblivion doing the same. But they've got 2 concepts in the mix here. Origin has a G-Sor in the mix. When they go for the early A grab, Akame might have a shot here for the reset. He's not pre-aiming it. There we go. Shot from one side. That was all the way from Dizzy, and then Akame putting in a second shot. Good early bleeds into the light tank. An Oblivion take. Early positioning here, but those concepts are going to be reloading now. The Karanvans do come in. They join the fray. Oblivion going for the corner here. But missing shots. Come on, they are not hitting their shots. Saw lots of misses there from a couple tanks. And Group going to be the first tank to get picked off here most likely. Or did Bubba miss his kill there, or was he just reloading? I don't know. I thought I saw a miss. But no, it ends up being Whiskey, the first tank to die. Korra, Bubba looking for Group. They get the kill there, but now Korra is tracked in the open. Gent reloading a shot. He's going to go for 2 here. Interesting how the concept Steven isn't looking for Korra. He's looking for Rob. Maybe he didn't have the angle there, trying to keep himself from taking extra damage. But if I'm Gent here, just put your shots out. Does get the pickup. Actually, I think that was Akame who stole that one, but down goes Korra. It's a 6 versus 4 scenario. Gent is now safe. 6 on 3. 5 on 3. Never mind, I thought he was safe. Hogwan snuck the kill, but he is now the next to fall. Dizzy's going on a little bit of a side quest going around. And there we go. Now it's over for real. Oblivion take it. 4-2. This time it's over, guys. And GG. A little 2-minute game to end it. Both teams going the same way. Happens sometimes. And there we go. Now are we done? Now we are done. I would know what the set is best of. Yeah, I understand that. But my point is that you didn't read me acknowledging that fact literally 2 messages above what you sent yours. And that is the point. You need to lock in and read chat. You think a clan like Void would use a player like you with the 60% winner in tournaments? Well, Void is not running a tournament team, so probably not. But stats aren't really how you get recruited for tournaments. It is a lot more than that. Yeah, Frost covered tournament Joker. But yeah, there you go, guys. GG's. That was a nice little 4K from Steve. He had a pretty good performance today. He was doing top damage a lot, so W Steve. Rough one from Whiskey, 137 in the G-Sor. He wasn't even the first focus fire target either, was he? No, he was. Yeah, he was. Rough one, though. That's like not even a full shot of damage. That's an HE. That's a failed HE pen. Still didn't do 0, though. W. Alright. Now we're done. I already showed you guys 7 minutes 4 ring Joker, so I don't need to show the brackets again. Oh yeah, we can show Proving Grounds. We can do that real quick. That will load up here. So Bay over Prevail. But Prevail over Bay and Grant. So congrats Prevail for winning Group 1 of the Breakthrough. Group 2 is... Yo, please tell me it was PT2K. Ooh, no. So I think Salmon didn't show up. I think PT2K didn't show up either. Because this was a 0-0. No, it probably means the set's still going on. Because the fact that this wasn't a 0-0 shows me, I think... I don't know. Or did it mean both PT2K and Salmon didn't show up either? I have no idea. We'll check that in game. How about that? I can't actually decipher it from those brackets. But it says the PYS is over, so I guess that includes the Proving Grounds. Those sets just didn't play because no one else showed up. Alright. Well. What's funny is I think that means none of those teams showed up. So that is quite funny. Is tonight the last night for that bracket? Yeah. I guess a lot of teams just didn't show up for Group 2. I don't think any team showed up for Group 2. I think the problem is that a lot of teams just don't realize that the Proving Grounds is a thing, because the lower level teams might organize tournament teams like rosters outside of having presence on the official server, so they don't get like, they don't know to check these things, right? We know to check these things because it's been posted on Discord a lot, but most people would probably just assume that, you know, the tournaments are running the same way as they always have. So hopefully people will show up next time. I guess the other part is players in these lower level teams are a lot less committed, so it's going to be a lot harder to get 7 people to show up 3 nights in a row. So there's that too. Yeah. Anyway, we'll call it here, guys. PYS number 1 is over. So 7 Rats and Oblivion will be the first 2 teams to qualify to top 8. So congrats to both of them. I enjoyed watching today's sets. It was quite enjoyable. And looking forward to PYS number 2. It starts on the 15th. I won't be streaming the 15th because day 1 isn't usually covered. It's just kind of the lower level teams getting filtered out. So we'll be starting with day number 2 on the 16th. And then day 3 on the 17th. We'll be streaming those as well. So looking forward to that. Copenhagen, your $500 is safe. So happy for you. But yeah. You need to give chrono reactive with these 2 earls. No, we do not need to give chrono reactive. We need to just balance auto reloaders. Oh well. Anyway, that's about it, guys. See you next time. As always, stay safe. Happy tank.
Mm-hmm.